Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
Here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, but the Angels, after playing 2 yesterday, they're hoping to leave here with a series victory as we welcome you to Angels Live, presented by Nissan right here on Valley Sports. It's the Angels and the Yankees, and we are getting this thing started on time. And here's what's coming up on the big pregame show. The all-star for the Angels, Tyler Anderson, he's back on the mound in the finale against the Yankees. And Timo Hoppe, they were here strong. Over 350 members of the Ohapi Friends and Family Corps at the game yesterday, all for a good cause. We'll look back on that. Plus Neto's crazy 8 RBI for a big night for the Angels shortstop. Much more in store on this pregame show.
And let's do it here in the Bronx.
Neto tracking it, slipping, and he makes the catch. What an incredible play in the rain on the wet grass by Zach Neto.
That's one of the all-time plays for Neto.
If it's fair, it's gone. It is a fair ball and a home run for Zach Neto.
That almost got to the second deck.
Neto, it's a fly ball to right center field. Backing up for Soto. It's over his head. It bounces all the way to the wall. 2 more runs off the bat of Neto. It's 6 RBIs in this game. Drives one out toward left center field. This is deep. This one's going to go. It's a grand slam. Zach Neto's second home run of the doubleheader. Wow. Neto.
Oh, what a night it was for the kid, for Zach Neto, as we say hello. And inside the broadcast booth here from Yankee Stadium alongside Mark Gubicza, I'm Erica West. And Magneto, what a night.
Magneto, I mean, unbelievable what he did. I mean, this is New York. This is Yankee Stadium. 8 combined RBIs, a couple home runs. Just a magnificent effort by Zach Neto. And his defense was good as the Angels got a split. By the way, I love seeing that tarp getting rolled up behind us. That's a good thing.
That's the best news we've seen
Yes.
all day outside of the Angels getting the win last night. The game is expected to start on time. It'll be raining a little bit here and there throughout the night. But they're hoping to leave here, Gooby, with a series victory. And they have had some good success the last 4 seasons against the Bronx Bombers. You expect some teams in their division to play well, 500 ball or above against the Yankees. Halos, along with the Rays and the Red Sox, 500 going back the last 4 years against the Yankees,
Well, I mean,
American League teams.
Erica, when you think about it, I mean, they've been pretty successful. How they've been able to do that, they've been limited the amount of extra outs given away. The defense has been solid. The bullpen, really, when you go back even the last few seasons, has come through and put up some zeros. And the offense, when that big hit is needed, they've been able to get those big hits against the Yankees. So you know you're going to have to score. You're going to have to score in bunches like they did, especially in Game 2 last night. You're going to do that today to be able to win this series and make it 13-12. Against the Yankees. It sounds a little bit better than 12 and 13. 13 and 12 sounds better.
Let's go with that. And the bullpen was certainly part of the success as far as the win last night. But it was all about Zach Neto. He stole the show in both games of the doubleheader. The 2-run home run in the first game, and then he was doing it all, Gooby. By the way, we learned that Magneto, there he is, Magneto, that's actually his mom's nickname.
Yes.
Magneto. Makes sense, but we'll still rock with it.
Well, we still got to go. She loves it, and he loves it, so we might as well go with it. And he certainly was Magneto yesterday in the game. A 2-run home run in the first game, and he backed it up with a grand slam in the second. 14th Angel ever to have, you know, 2 of his home runs like that in both games of a doubleheader. So driving the ball, seeing the ball. We're going to show during the course of the game how well he got out in front and hit those baseballs out of the ballpark. The youngest Angel ever to hit a grand slam versus the Yankees. That's pretty good. Anytime you do anything for the first time against this storied franchise, the New York Yankees, you're doing something well, Erica. He's been fantastic.
He's growing up right before our very eyes. 8 RBI in both games of the doubleheader combined. That ties a franchise record, 8 RBI over the course of those 2 games. Just so impressive, everything that he was able to do.
There's a lot of guys that are pretty happy with 8 RBIs in a month. And he did that in one day with a doubleheader. I mean, but the thing is, and still, he almost had another hit, too. It was taken away by Volpe at shortstop. He made a nice play on the backhand to get a force out at second. Otherwise, he had a 4-hit game. So he's doing everything so good. He's so confident right now. And that's still that relationship. I know you talked to Ron Washington about that relationship. I think Ron Washington has got him to that next level.
It was a match made in baseball heaven, if you will. The two of them joined at the hip, really, Gooby. But everybody's going to talk about, you know, the defensive play. But let's talk about the grand slam, a longer AB. And it was the pitch sequence where you thought, okay, this is going to be a good end result for him.
Yeah, Erica, when I was going back in that game and just watching it, you know, later on in the night, too, after that, I thought he did a great job of not expanding the zone. Let that slider off the plate. That's a sinker. He brings it back in the inside corner. Another pitch off the outside corner. A younger Zach Neto maybe in this spot, especially with the bases loaded, is going to chase, but he brings that one right back in the zone, and that was a sinker. He knew he had to throw it for a strike. The bases are loaded, and he got that sinker, and he hit it out. Did not chase out of the strike zone, and that's the thing. It's so important for any young hitter, especially Zach Neto, bringing it in the strike zone, better chance to make contact, and that was really good contact.
That was really good contact, and that was, you know, something that Wash has been talking about, the way he's swinging the bat. He's not looking over at him in the dugout, doesn't have those big wild swings, so he is certainly growing. But as far as that success against the Yankees, Scooby, certainly a big part of that is being able to keep those big Bronx Bombers at bay. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, we know they're going to get their hits, but the success that they are, you know, not really having right now against the Angels. They're going to get their own, but they've been able to tame them a little bit.
Generally kept them in the ballpark, just 2 home runs combined. When you see the numbers they put up at that 3 of them this season, and you're thinking there's a lot of home runs and no swings, but they've done a good job of pitching inside to Aaron Judge and Stanton, but also staying away against Juan Soto. They're forcing him to try to go the other way, and I think part of the reason with Soto right now in this ballpark has become more of a pull hitter. Change-ups away, fastballs away, very successful against them. Yeah, he's got a few hits in there, but not a lot of damage done by all 3 of those guys. If you keep these guys in the ballpark, you do have a chance of winning this series here with Tyler Anderson on the mound today.
And that was the key yesterday. Aaron Judge got his hits, got some RBIs, but they kept that baseball in the ballpark. Let's go from the offense, Gooby, to the pitching matchup. Our all-star, Tyler Anderson, pitching in the finale against the Yankees, and he goes up against their crafty lefty in Nestor Cortes.
Both of these pitchers, you know, they had a pitch. They are pitchers first, throwers second. And one of them, you know, you have Anderson as far as strikeouts with his changeup, Cortes with strikeouts with his fastball. So a little different pitchers, but they throw your timing off so well with their deliveries that you better to be looking for the baseball out of their hand, not when it's crossing the plate.
You make such a great point. They both have very interesting and unique deliveries. Tyler has the leg kick. Cortes has got the little shimmy shake, but your go-to is Scooby against Cortes.
Yeah, solid contact versus fastball. He's given up 11 home runs. About 46% of his pitches are fastball. That's not even counting that cutter in there. But track the baseball, again, out of his hand when he moves around, does all those deliveries, all of a sudden you get thrown off your timing. But if you see the baseball and track it out of his hand, you have a better chance of being successful because he can pitch, and he knows exactly how to be able to get hitters out if they're trying to see that baseball out of his leg and arm and all the other things he does. See it out of the hand and do some damage.
I just don't want him to hang back there in his delivery for too far long, because that'll really throw off a hitter's timing, certainly. How about for TA? Go-tos for him tonight?
Well, Eric, I think the same thing for him right now. He's got to be able to get that cutter and be successful, get it on the handle of the bat, but also towards the end of the bat. That means on the right-handed batters, run that cutter inside and then get towards the end of the bat and also fade that changeup. Really solid season. A 1.17 whip for Tyler Anderson, a batting average about 211 on the season. There's that cutter right in on the handle, and then towards the end of the bat for left-handers, when they fade that changeup off the edges. That changeup, 53 strikeouts with that pitch this season when he gets it towards the edges of the plate or just off that, and he'll get a lot of swing and misses.
Yeah, the key for Anderson this year has certainly been the changeup. That will be what he needs to help keep this Yankees lineup down tonight.
Yeah, but with that changeup like that, especially if you keep it down, all you can do is hit that ball on the ground. Now, if it's elevated, they have a better chance of lifting that in the air. He's not a ground ball pitcher, but lately he's getting a lot of soft contact again, like he was when he was an all-star a couple years ago. But he's also getting a lot of swing and misses with that changeup. His whiff percentage about 36-37%. It's been a very good pitch for him.
Well, he is coming off more of a difficult start his last time out against the Mets. Let's see if he can bounce back in his outing tonight against the Yankees. Coming up, we're looking back on a great night for Timo Hoppe here at the Bronx last night. More on Logan's family. That's next.
From the day's first pitch to the night's final out. MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens here.
All season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Angels Live on Valley Sports is brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at shopnissanusa.com. Back here at Yankee Stadium, Angels going for a series victory tonight as the rain hopefully keeps itself away. Rain, go away. But we're going to look back on a very special night at the ballpark last night. Team Ohapi rolling strong, and they were rolling in the deep, really. You see Logan with his parents, Michael, Angela, and his twin sister, Mel, over his shoulder. Over 350 friends and family in attendance to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of his father, Michael's stem cell transplant, as he is declared cancer-free this offseason from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Yesterday, we spoke with Logan and his father's doctor about the huge day for their family.
It's terrifying, you know. I mean, anyone that knows us knows how tight-knit we are, and I mean, we're all so close to each other, so it was scary, but like I said, it taught us a lot about life and really put things in perspective. Like when you go through that, it seems that baseball doesn't matter as much, you know, and it really does realign your perspective, and it is scary, but we've made a lot of good out of it, and obviously he's cured now, so wouldn't want to go through it again, but definitely grateful for the lessons we learned while we did.
On the off day, you were at Corey's Promise, the golf tournament. Can you tell me a little bit about both and why it was important for you to stop by?
Yeah, it was a great day. Pretty crazy that it landed on an off day. You know, it worked out really good, and really happy I went and saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while, and obviously kept his name alive. So it was an important day for everyone, and happy I got to do it.
We asked Logan earlier about his relationship with you, and he said, I can't really relate. He's saving lives, and I'm hitting baseball. So what's it been like following Logan in his baseball journey?
So I never followed baseball until I met Logan, and I'm his #1 supporter. I was probably the one cheers loudest for him, but he's been too modest and too humble because he engages a lot in philanthropy and has refused compensation to speak on behalf of a children's hospital in LA, and he's donating all of that money away. He's devoted to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society and to other organizations that just help patients with cancer. So he is saving lives just by providing funding to the organizations that support research like that we do at NYU. A lot of it is funded through the LLS. And so that allows advancing the care and saving lives. So he is saving lives, and he's a role model for anybody who looks up to baseball players.
I think Dr. Lahoud nailed it as far as Logan's character is concerned, and he certainly gets that from his father, Michael, and his mother, Angela. It was such a cool day yesterday. He's a great baseball player, but he's a better human, so it's important to talk about him being a leader off the field, too.
Erica, that's exactly right. I mean, when you think about it, yeah, all his baseball accomplishments have been fantastic, but he is one of the nicest, most genuine human beings you will ever meet. He's still a kid, still a baby, but he gets it. How important he is when you have a platform like he has to be able able to make everyone's life that much better. That's why I appreciate Logan so much.
Wise beyond his years, certainly, for a guy that's in his early 20s, but this stadium has been special to him for quite some time. We know he's a kid now, but we're going to flash back to when he was even younger, about 5 minutes ago. This is April of 2018. You might notice a familiar face there in the second deck at left field. That's right, that's one teenaged Logan O'Hoppe grabbing a Manny Machado home run ball. Got to toss it back, right, Goob?
Oh, yeah, especially after Manny Machado struck out against Aroldis Chapman's 104.7-mile-an-hour fastball last night. He should have put it in play. I loved what he did there throwing that baseball back.
He was at batting practice, too, earlier that day with his best friend. He came with him. They didn't have any luck getting any home run balls during BP. He said, I've never sat in the seats at Yankee Stadium and not watched a ball game. My phone was blowing up from everybody watching me throw that baseball back on TV.
That is so cool, too. I mean, to be able to get a foul ball in any stadium, especially here at Yankee Stadium, your home field like he did, and to be able to throw it back in there. I'm sure he would have loved to be able to keep a Manny Machado baseball, but the pressure on him made him throw it back in. That was a great throw. Like, oh, we got the second base. You knew that was going to be a great throwing arm from the catching position.
It was a flash of the future, right? Such a New York kid. All right, we've got much more as we get you closer to first pitch here from Yankee Stadium. Gooby mentioned Aroldis Chapman. Let's take a look back at Ben Joyce and Aroldis Chapman's night last night. We'll do a little comp. That's next.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview two of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Bobby Witt Jr. is an absolute superstar in the making.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
Highlight reel play, Bobby Witt Jr.
That's why we call him Bobby Baseball.
He is a generational talent.
I want to win a World Series. I want to do it in Kansas City.
This guy is the cream of the crop right now.
Sensational again.
It is crazy, wiry, athletic pop that's only going to get better.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Plan.
What is your one thing that you can't forget, must bring with you on your road trips?
Headphones. Headphones.
And are you listening to music? You watching movies? Like, what's your go-to?
Yeah, listen to music. Depends on how long it is. You know, listen to music, watching a movie, and definitely gotta have some Takis.
The Takis and broccoli. If you don't know the story, go find it on social media. It's a good one. Let's go back to yesterday. Unbelievable web gem highlight play right there.
He is so good going back on pop-ups, Eric. One of the best I've seen. Anderson Simmons is the other guy comes to mind, former Angel himself. But to catch that baseball, you slip. His head was completely still. His eyes were still. Ran and got that ball, and he was still at the presence of mind, as usual, thinking maybe get a double play ball out of that thing. That's how good his instincts are, too.
Nearly had that double play as we take a look at Ron Washington's lineup for the finale. You know he is back in that 2 spot, Gooby. He's not going to let him take him out of there.
No, I mean, he's been so good, too, and I expect a much better game here today from Logan O'Hoppe. But Kevin Pillar, though, 2 for 3 in his career versus Nestor Cortes with a home run. So watch out for Kevin Pilar here today.
And Anthony Rendon back in there after playing the first of the doubleheader yesterday. Michael Stefanik rounding things out, putting good contact on the baseball, playing solid defense. He's at second. But as far as the Yankees lineup is concerned, Gooby, it was tough sledding at moments yesterday for Aaron Judge. He had some frustrating ABs as Carson Fulmer and the Angels pitching staff was attacking them.
Yeah, you could see where that baseball was. It was on the inside part of the plate or even slightly off the inside part. He thought he was going to be able to get the barrel to it, but he wasn't able to do that. I think when you look at Tyler Anderson, he could do that really, really well. Even though it's only 88 to 91, he can pitch inside very, very effectively.
All right, here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup in the finale against the Halos. Looks very similar to the second game yesterday, Gooby, but man, good luck mowing down the top of that lineup.
I mean, look at the OPS plus for Soto and Judge. It's just, that don't even
the Aaron Judge one, that's like, is that a typo or what?
I mean, average is 100, and he's 220. He's that good of a player, best player going right now in the American Leagues. But that being said, Tyler Anderson has pitched pretty well against him, and I'd love to see him to go that fastball in and cutter it in. Once he's aware of that, throw that change-up way. Same thing with Stanton, who's made a little bit of adjustment in his stance, not quite as close, but he is still susceptible to fastballs in.
Two crafty lefties that will be on the mound for their respective squads. But as far as the pitching goes, Gooby, the bullpen, the Angels bullpen as a whole has been one of the best in the American League going back to the beginning of June, and they did so again last night.
I really love what you're seeing. The guys are going into these new roles and being so successful. The Marquez, Marte, you got Contreras, Ben Joyce has been dominant, Strickland's been really good, Matt Moore's settling down. 5 innings yesterday, no runs allowed. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Just 2 hits and 3 strikeouts.
And there's a chance maybe we see Ben Joyce close things out tonight. Maybe we'll get that celebration on the mound. Wouldn't it be at the very end of the ball game?
I just love that too. It was such a great, 104.7, but I love the fact his reaction, how calm he was before he took the baseball, going back out there in the 9th inning and to throw the way he did. And look at the background. It's almost like it's a volcano because he was throwing that hard. That was incredible to see Ben Joyce do that.
He was throwing gas. 104.7 on the strikeout. Fastest recorded. Aroldis Chapman said, I see you, I match you. 104.7 on our good friend Manny Machado. They just exchanged some glances like, you kidding me? Right there?
And that's why you throw that baseball back from Machado. You should be laughing. That's why Ben Joyce had 104.7. Now, I mean, it's amazing. He has stayed healthy, and he's continued to throw the ball at exceptional velocity. He's mixed in that splitter right now. Chapman is still one of the best guys out of the bullpen in all of baseball.
36 years old. He's still throwing complete gas. It's unbelievable to see. All right, stay with us. Much more to come. The Angels going for the series victory. Coming up next, we're going to hear some pregame thoughts from the Angels manager, Ron Washington. That's coming your way next right here on Valley Sports from Yankee Stadium.
Adrian Beltre.
And there it is, number 3,000.
Todd Helton. Joe Mauer.
Oh, what a play by Mauer.
And Jim Leland.
He's the best! He's the best!
Each had their own journey, but now their paths converge at the entrance to baseball immortality in Cooperstown, New York. The 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Sunday, July 21st on MLB Network.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Volpe, Jackson Howard, Alex
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
The Hut.
Angels Live on Bally Sports is brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at shopnissanusa.com. Ah, yes, those two peas in a pod here at the Bronx. And all season long, Ron Washington and Zach Neto. Time to hear the skipper, Ron Washington's pregame thoughts going back to last night's big night for his young shortstop.
Just the way he just consistently kept going after it. A lot of times when you start to having a good day, you maybe take it for granted. But he was locked in on every at-bat and every pitch yesterday. And we want to hope that we can get him to that point every single day. And then we will have something very special.
He knows that the goal for him this year, whether he gets there or not, was to be a 20-20 guy. He's got 16 home runs. How do you keep him focused on just the day-to-day and not looking towards the numbers?
But tell him he's not a 20-20 guy. And then I'll take his focus off it, and he'll get a little bit more focus on what he have to do, and it'll just happen. I just keep telling him he's not a home run hitter. You're capable of hitting home runs, but you're not a home run hitter. And you're already at 16. Why all of a sudden you're going to try to get 20? Let it happen. We got enough time for it to happen, and you might end up with 25. So just try to control his mind and his thinking, because sometimes he get ahead of himself. But that's the type of tough stuff that I'm shooting at him every single day when he's sitting next to me.
I know there's one more tonight, but what do you think of the job that the pitchers have done holding those guys like Judge and Soto at bay right now?
Well, I think they've done a tremendous job. They really have. And the series we played them in Anaheim, Judge got him a home run, but he really didn't do the damage against us that I've been seeing him do to everyone else. Last night he got his hits, but you know, he hasn't been doing that damage, and I hope tonight when we play we can get out of here and don't do any damage and we finish seeing the Yankees. But he's a special player, very special player. There's nothing you can throw up there that he can't hit.
Let's see if they can keep the Bronx Bombers at bay one more time as the Angels go for the series win tonight from the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. Mark Gubicza, Wayne Randazzo on the call. We'll see you throughout the night, and hopefully the weather cooperates here from Yankee Stadium.
Pioneer since 1954. These players bring finesse and make sacrifices. They benefit from fortune and succeed through sheer will. These are the Gillette Labs plays of the first half. Wednesday at 2 Eastern on MLB Network.
There's an easier way. From painting and cleaning to repairs and more. Taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Valley Sports, the home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
It was a career-setting day for Zach Neto in a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium.
And let's do it here in the Bronx.
Neto tracking it, slipping, and he makes the catch. What an incredible play in the rain on the wet grass by Zach Neto.
That's one of the all-time plays for Neto.
If it's fair, it's gone. It is a fair ball and a home run for Zach Neto.
That almost got to the second deck.
Neto, it's a fly ball to right center field. Backing up Cortes. It's over his head. It bounces all the way to the wall. 2 more runs off the bat of Neto. It's 6 RBIs in this game. Drives one out toward left center field. This is deep. This one's going to go. It's a grand slam. Zach Neto's second home run of the doubleheader. Wow. Mag Neto. A dreary forecast here in New York, but the Los Angeles Angels hoping for a chance at a series win against the New York Yankees here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and Gooby, the Angels hoping to take 2 out of 3 here in New York for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah, Wayne, that game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday was fantastic, led by Zach Neto, and they played some good defense. The bullpen was excellent, going 5 shutout innings to be able to give them a chance at this series win today.
Now, what a night it was for Zach Neto in game 2 of the doubleheader. 6 RBIs, a new career high for him. He tied a franchise record, driving in 8 runs during the doubleheader yesterday.
I mean, he continues just to marvel at how well he is playing. This is his 2nd year in the major leagues, and he's crushing all pitches, whether it's breaking balls, whether it's fastballs. He's going and staying inside the baseball extremely well. Couple home runs yesterday in the doubleheader, 8 combined RBIs, hit a double also, but he's not just doing it with the bat. He's driving the ball and leading the team what he's doing so far this year. We talked about a 20-20 possibility this season. He's already got 20-plus doubles, 20 stolen bases. He's looking for those 20 home runs now with 16 on the season.
A grand slam in the game last night, and Neto able to get things done in many various ways. The 8 RBIs tying a franchise record for a doubleheader, and Neto a huge reason why the Angels were able to split 2 against the Yankees yesterday. Well, you mentioned a two-way player. Now Zach Neto has been able to make himself defensively a star as well as offensively.
He had 10 defensive runs saved so far this season, Wayne. That play yesterday on that pop-up, this tells you why he is so good, so fearless going back. Even though he slips, his head is still, his eyes on the baseball, and makes an incredible play. I mean, when you talk about best defensive shortstops in the game, he's right up there at the top as far as defensive numbers. So he's got that great throwing arm, but his instincts and his ability just to go out and take chances is why he makes him such a tremendous shortstop.
I mean, that's really an unbelievable play that he's slipping. His head somehow is still able to track the ball. I still don't know how he did it.
I don't know how he made that play, and he made it rather easily, too. That's the thing. It's incredible.
Well, it's going to be slippery again here tonight. It is raining here in New York. We hope to have baseball's Tyler Anderson looks to get into a New York state of mind. Help the Angels take 2 out of 3 from the Bombers here in the Bronx.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview 2 of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Bobby Witt Jr. is an absolute superstar in the making.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
Highlight reel play, Bobby Witt Jr.
That's why we call him Bobby Baseball.
He is a generational talent. I want to win a World Series. I want to do it in Kansas City.
This guy is the cream of the crop right now.
Sensational again.
It is crazy, wiry, athletic, pop. that's only going to get better.
Stadium tonight. Tyler Anderson on the mound for the Halos.
Yeah, there's going to be some deception in both these lefties' delivery. You've got to try to track the baseball out of the hand. That balance they have on that back leg makes it more difficult for hitters to get their timing together.
How about that one where Nestor Cortes just spun the ball around a couple times? That's a good one.
It's pretty good. As far as, you know, they don't overwhelm you with velocity, and there's no need for speed, but they also know how to get you out and keep you off balance, and that's why they're two very, very effective lefties when you talk about overall velocity of pitches combined.
Well, they better not drive with me then. I like to go fast. Here we are in the Bronx where it's raining and humid, but they have baseball on the field, and that's all we care about, as the Angels and Yankees play each other for what is scheduled to be the last time this year. So it's important, especially to the Yankees, for this game to be played and not have to be made up at a later date. The Angels lineup brought to you by Irvine Auto Center, with Nolan Shonowell leading off in front of Zach Neto, who had a superstar kind of day here yesterday. 8 RBIs in the doubleheader. Logan O'Hoppe in front of his friends and family here bats third and does the catching, with Kevin Pillar hitting cleanup. Rendon's in the 5 spot. Adele, Drury, Moniak, Stefanik, the Angel lineup tonight against the guy they call Nasty Nestor.
And Nestor, a 5-9 record, pretty solid ERA, is barely over 4. Whip 1.20, was an all-star back in 2022. My go-to to have success against him. He's pitched well in his career against the Angels. A solid contact versus his fastball. 11 home runs versus his fastball this season. And again, track that baseball out of his hand. Don't worry about that delivery. Look at the leg, glove. No, just look at the baseball out of his hand.
It's been a struggle for Nestor Cortes of late. An 8.68 ERA over his last 4 starts, although typically he's very good here in the Bronx, where Cortes has posted a 2.74 career ERA in this ballpark. We'll see how it goes here tonight as Nolan Shonowell starts things off against Cortes. It's rainy, it's cloudy, but we are underway, and it's ball 1 with Quinn Wolcott, the home plate umpire, not giving Cortes the bottom of the strike zone there.
Just a little drizzle, and it's probably going to stay that way throughout this entire game.
Ball no strikes on Nolan Shonowell as Cortes misses there. Ball 2. Yeah, as long as it doesn't rain any harder than this, they should be able to play through it. Play through something like it for most of the doubleheader yesterday.
Not easy sometimes on both the pitcher and the hitter.
This is one of those nights where Major League Baseball takes control of the game, because it is an important game for the Yankees as they battle with Baltimore in the American League East. They're tied for first place, so they need to play every single game. If they don't play tonight, the Angels would have to come back here in September. There's a long fly ball to right from Nolan Shonowell. Soto won't have any room. It's long gone toward the judge's chambers out there in right. Nolan Shonowell starts the ball game with a home run.
Oh, Nolan Shonowell, wow, on that swing. His 12th home run to go along with 12 doubles. When you look at Nolan Shonowell, when he works ahead of the count, that's where he's looking to do some damage. When he's behind the count, he's looking to go the other way. He turned on that one. A 4-seam fastball, middle up at 92, and he drives it out. Baseball made its way back onto the field. You might want to keep that one if you're Sean Wayne. First home run here at Yankee Stadium. Why not?
Absolutely, and a home run too for Shonowell off the left-hander. Nestor Cortes to start this game. And here's Zach Neto. I mean, Shonowell interrupted the roll call. They had to pick it back up after that ball finally landed, and Shonowell made his way around the bases.
I thought they were saying, let's go Shonowell.
Here's Zach Neto with an 0-1 count. As he takes ball one. Well, Neto made his way around the bases a couple of times in the doubleheader yesterday, as he had 2 home runs, drove in 8. He had 6 RBIs in the second game of the doubleheader. That's a strike on the check swing.
It's good to see when the Angels score in the first inning. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but Shonowell, first batter of the game, gets him on the board.
And it's a home run off the left-hander. Third time that Shonowell has homered off a lefty.
It's only the second home run to Cortes is allowed to a left-handed batter. He's given up his fair share of home runs, 20 of them. Now 21, but 19 against right-handed batters.
Well, the other lefties that Shonowell has taken deep, Framber Valdez of the Astros and J.P. Sears of the A's. And now he's hit a leadoff home run against Nestor Cortes. Third leadoff homer this year for Shonowell. And there's strike 3 on a pitch that looked off the plate to Neto.
Yeah, that was definitely not a strike there, but here's a strike in the middle of the plate and a well-hit strike by Nolan Shonowell. It's a pretty good lift on that one, too. To see that type of swing for Shonowell, especially from that leadoff spot. Didn't hit his spot, but definitely Shonowell did.
Well, Nestor Cortes definitely didn't want that ball where he pitched it, as he gives up a home run to Nolan Shonowell to start the game. He bounces back with a strikeout of Neto. Now Logan O'Hoppe takes ball one. You know, there have been many nights where Logan O'Hoppe came here as a fan and participated in the roll call that he is hearing as the Yankees fielders get called out by their fans at the beginning of each game. It's usually done by the third hitter, but Shonowell interrupted it.
I tell you what, it is one of the coolest traditions when they start the roll call.
2 balls and 1 strike on Logan O'Hoppe. And now 3-1 as Cortes misses upstairs. The 21st home run allowed by Nestor Cortes this year. That puts him up near the league leaders in that category. Cutter Crawford of Boston has allowed 27 to lead all of baseball. There's a rocket and almost took Chisholm into left field, but he was able to make the catch.
And the defense behind Cortes, and that's a good play by Chisholm. Volpe over at shortstop has been really solid. 4 defensive runs saved. He was a 2023 Gold Glove winner last year where he had 15 defensive runs saved. So he's really solid. Made another couple good plays in there at shortstop yesterday. Volpe solid there with Torres at second. LeMahieu over at first base. And Wells behind the plate again. Judge, by the way, out in center field. Soto and Verdugo out in left field.
Kevin Pillar swinging through a fastball from Nestor Cortes. The last time the Angels won a series here at Yankee Stadium was in 2017. And it was also the last time that they had a leadoff home run here. Cameron Maybin hit it as part of that series win for the Halos in the Bronx.
By the way, that was 111.6 off the bat for O'Hoppe. Chaz Chisholm made that play on. That was a rocket.
Lucky his arm's still attached.
Yes.
I don't think mine would be. 0-2 on Pillar. And Cortes misses there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Cortes has been beat up over his last 4 outings, and he's given up now 6 home runs since July 11th. Gave up 3 in a game against the Rays here at Yankee Stadium July 20th. He has not had a quality start since July 5th, more than a month ago.
Yeah, he's going to give up his fair share of home runs too, because a lot of his pitches are upstairs. If they're in the strike zone upper part, it could be hit. Above the zone, it's tough to hit.
Pillar got a piece of that to foul it off, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes on the veteran Pillar playing left field, while Taylor Ward's on the paternity list. Expect Ward back this weekend.
Oh,
that one almost.
That was almost into Paul O'Neill.
Into the Yankee TV booth. I haven't seen too many balls go up into that booth area here at Yankee Stadium.
Wait a minute there. Paul was running out of the way. He thought he was going to kick it back in play.
And Pilar fouls one at home plate.
Oh, that was the best.
Let's see Paul O'Neill here. I mean, come on. He hid behind the stat guy.
I said protect the pizza behind you. There's a lot of good slices of pizza back there behind their seats. Protect that.
Well, it was 10 years ago today that Paul O'Neill was given a plaque in Monument Park. A 5-time All-Star and a world champion for the Yankees. Well, his move into Monument Park was almost permanent after that one.
Somewhere Cosmo Kramer's going, come on, Paul O'Neill, hit another home run.
See, he's sitting a lot closer to Michael Kay now.
There it is, 21.
21 in Monument Park. And Pilar making a bid to hit one out there. Leaves it up for Aaron Judge in center field. As the Angels pick up a run to start the game, Nolan Shotwell takes care of the roll call as he cracks a leadoff home run to give the Angels a 1-0 lead.
Soda's back. Like, actually back. The twist? It's better for you this time. You deserve that mouth-watering swirl of bold flavor and refreshing bubbles without feeling bad about it. 'Cause cravings aren't a crime, people. So no more hiding cans at the bottom of your recycling bin or sipping sparkling water with your burger and fries. It's time to love soda again. Like right now, 'cause we're officially bringing soda back.
There's an easier way. From fixing your cabinets to cleaning your countertops, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
I feel like I lose track of at least $500 a month.
Maybe that's because you still use spreadsheets. Haven't you heard of Rocket Money?
No, but you're probably going to cut me off and tell me about it.
It's an app that automatically tracks your spending in real time, lowers your bills, and finds and cancels sneaky subscriptions.
Sign me up.
Stay on track with your finances and download Rocket Money today.
3 in the Bronx. They have the right guy on the mound to fortify a win here as Tyler Anderson gets the start.
And he's a guy that mixes and matches so well. Keeps the batters off balance. My go-tos for Tyler Anderson to have this game get that 9th win of the season, to get that cutter on the handle or the end of the bat. Handle the right-handed batters, end of the bat and lefties, and fade that changeup off the edges.
Gleyber Torres is the leadoff hitter for the Yankees tonight as Anderson starts him off with a strike. And sort of a revolving door in the leadoff spot for New York of late, after Anthony Volpe was the leadoff hitter through most of the first half. And they've used a lot of either Alex Verdugo or Torres in that leadoff spot over the last month or so. Torres with power, 10 homers this year. As he dumps one foul, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, behind Torres, the big boys for the Yankees, Soto and Judge, have been almost historically good, especially together this year. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH. Austin Wells had a good game in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. Then Volpe, Chisholm, LeMahieu, Verdugo against Anderson tonight.
Still think you have Volpe down there with 40 extra base hits, more in that run producing position as compared to the leadoff spot, even though he does have good speed with 20 stolen bases.
Torres loops one to left field, and that's a base hit to start things off. So that's what the Yankees want, their leadoff man on with Soto and Judge coming up.
And so far this season, the Angels have pitched well against the really 3 strong hitters, especially one. So take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. You look at the common theme is away, away, the show in, but away throughout all the pitches, whether it's a changeup, four-seamers, sinkers, sweepers, everything away. Just enough to show them in and then get them out of the way. I think a lot of times as a left-handed hitter in this ballpark, when you become more of a pull hitter. There's that up and in. That was a little cutter up and in.
It hasn't been just this year, although he has not played the Angels a lot. Soto in 11 career games against them has hit just 191. He only has one homer against the Angels in his career. And he tries to bunt here as he bunts foul. One of the Red Sox have held Soto to a lower batting average than the Angels have.
That was pretty interesting. Anthony Rendon going, we were teammates at one point, weren't we? You're trying to bunt it by me at third base.
Well, they were back-to-back in a lineup that won a World Series in 2019.
They were smiling at each other like, what? I had that.
Rendon growing that beard out so he can appear anonymous this weekend in Washington, D.C. You know, he doesn't like all that kind of attention, but he's going to get some on Friday, maybe, and Saturday and Sunday when the Angels are playing the Nationals. It'll be Rendon's first trip back to D.C.
That is amazing. World Series champion in 2019. These two.
2 balls and 1 strike. As Soto could not hold his swing, and it's 2-2. Junior Valentine, the third base umpire.
And that was another pitch away. Ooh. That's one of the few we've seen so far this year where I didn't think he went, and the umpire rung him up.
Trying to play 5 innings tonight as Soto takes ball 3. It is certainly a dreary night here at Yankee Stadium, but the game must go on. And they'll do everything they can to get through an official ball game here tonight. Angels have the early lead. And Soto, it's a chopper to the left side. It is Rendon who flips to second base for 1. It's Stefanik barehanding the ball. And look at O'Hoppe.
How O'Hoppe got down there to keep that baseball from going in the dugout potentially and allowing Soto to get into scoring position for this guy coming to the dish. It's a heck of a play. That's a tough hop too by Rendon to be able to get that, the quick flip. All you're trying to get is 1. Stefanik with the bare hand. But look at that hustle by O'Hoppe, how far he had to go. You know, to make sure that ball didn't get away, save the potential error to Stefanik.
Really an excellent play there by O'Hoppe. And he was in front of the netting, but we saw it the other night when the Mets were playing the Rockies in Colorado. Well, Mark Vientos of the Mets lost a ball through the netting in the dugout where the Rockies were on the third base side, and it cost the Mets a run. So O'Hoppe very alert as he was able to dive and keep that ball in play, even to the chagrin of his own equipment, which he has to get fixed.
And the defense behind Tyler Anderson. Mickey Moniak out in center field, 4 defensive runs saved, 2 outfield assists. Generally, Tyler Anderson is a guy, is a fly ball pitcher. So there's a lot of ground to cover out there in the outfield for Moniak. Pilar and Adele around him. Rendon, Neto, Stefanik, Shawnowell, and O'Hoppe. Go back to that play there, too. As far as I'm sure when he gets into the dugout, there's going to be some conversation with Ryan Goins with the infielders there. Stefanik, you're not going to get a double play on that one. So you want to use both hands on that one, because with its slippery conditions, that ball could slip out of your hand. You're looking at a big inning. And also with Shawnowell, you might want to just get off the base to get that ball and keep it in front, because not going to be able to make the play. So there's a couple of learning possibilities and times for the young infielders here for Stefanik and Shawnowell.
Here's Aaron Judge turning on one and rifling to get foul. Unfortunately, that hit an empty seat.
Usually you think that netting can help out a little bit, but not going to bump the netting.
It's a little lower here than in most ballparks, especially down the lines.
Got in quickly.
No balls and a strike on the powerful Aaron Judge. And a foul off to the right. Judge with 41 homers to lead the majors, and he's 2 away from 300 in his career. He will be the fastest player in history to get to 300 career homers. Just a matter of when, not if. He will blow by the previous record set by Ralph Kiner, who did it in 1,087 games. Judge has played in 948. He had a big cut there.
Still not afraid to pitch inside with 91. Tyler Anderson is very, very solid with that one. So he's got Judge up there thinking, okay, is he going to throw that little fade change up, down, and away? cutter in on the hands might not be a bad pitch also.
Changeup slipped out of the hand of Anderson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. When Anderson faced the Yankees on May 29th, he worked 5 innings, allowed 1 run, but he walked 6 in that game, and he threw just 95 pitches. Ron Washington was marveling today at how much the Yankees make the opposing pitcher work. Good pitch to strike out Judge.
Quick, great adjustment on that one too by Anderson. Pitch before, a high changeup, came right back with a perfect one. Good target set. By the way, Hoppy's all over the place already. Saved that throw going in the dugout. Even that pitch before was way above the strike zone. Especially when you're thinking a changeup, you're expecting it down, not up. But he's been active already here in the bottom of the first.
2 outs, and now Giancarlo Stanton takes ball 1. And even with Stanton being productive, Yankees cleanup hitters this year entered this series with an MLB worst .217 average and .279 on base percentage. Hasn't always been Stanton backing up Judge this season in that 4-hole, but it is tonight. And Austin Wells, who's hit cleanup some as the 5 batter tonight, a left-handed batter against Anderson. And another good changeup. This one a swing and a miss from Stanton.
You can even almost tell there that Stanton was committed to thinking he had a chance at either a cutter or a fastball there, and he chased the changeup out of the strike zone.
It's a check swing and a foul on a pitch that Stanton was not intending to swing at.
He was looking changeup on that one. That's what makes Anderson, even Nestor Cortes, the same thing, is having hitters guessing wrong. Shonwell guessed right. He's trying to make Stanton guess wrong here to finish off this inning.
High changeup to make it 3-2. So now Soto will get a head start off of first, as Anderson looks to put away Giancarlo Stanton and get through this first inning. Angels picked up a run in the top half on the Shonwell leadoff homer. And now Stanton lifts a high fly to left field. Pilar has a beat, backing up, shy of the track, comes in and makes the catch to end the inning.
Having those high interest credit cards, it felt unmanageable. My name is Belinda, and with Upstart, I was able to save money with a personal loan. From the moment that I checked my rate to getting that approval was just a few minutes. I felt relieved having the funds in my account so quickly. I was able to turn all of those, big payments into one small payment, and I was able to breathe.
Easy online borrowing. Personal loans up to $50,000. Go to Upstart.com.
ED has affected my confidence. My wife, Sherry, says it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. I found Hims. The app is easy. It's on my phone. I can order anytime I want. Hims has been the difference in my confidence.
It was better for both of us.
Get treatment for ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at Hims.com.
Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code POSTER to claim your player's special and deposit offer. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Greenlight is way better than how I got paid for chores. Mowing all those lawns really paid off. That was not radical.
Bring your family into the financial future.
Super easy to hit. Introducing the new PXG Black Ops irons, our first game-improving iron.
It's a larger face heel to toe.
It launches the ball high in the air and really far.
Much higher levels of forgiveness. You set that.
J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez today. Let's get loud. That means get that good barrel to bat throughout this game, especially on fastballs from Nestor Cortes, just like Shonwell did to get the early lead and keep adding on. Let's get loud. J-Lo, for you.
Oh, thank you. Jenny from the block.
Yes.
Anthony Rendon takes strike 1. Well, Rendon would like some loud contact to leave the ballpark. He's had some doubles lately, but So looking for his first home run of 2024. Pops this one up on the infield. DJ LeMahieu is playing first base tonight and makes the catch.
Boy, anything hit high in the air. You saw with Pilar, even LeMahieu on that one. It's rain going right in your eyes. Or the drizzle. Light drizzle. We could say that when we're in this nice, warm, dry booth.
Yes, it's certainly dry in our booth. And here's Joe Adell as he bats here with that average creeping up now to 200. He's almost off the interstate as he takes ball one. It's been a good month or so for Joe Adell as he has been able to get that batting average creeping back up, taking some base hits. Cortes missing inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
There's a high percentage of cutters too to go along with his fastball, between 46% his sinker and four-seamer and 29% cutters.
This one is popped up. The bat goes flying over the Angels dugout and Cortes makes a basket catch.
Every pitcher's dream to catch a pop-up.
What about making a basket catch too?
Well, you knew you had time just in case you didn't catch it either, because Joe had no idea where it was. He's looking where the bat went. He had no idea where the baseball went.
So Adell pops out softly as Nestor Cortes very calmly made that basket catch. Sometimes pitchers on a pop-up, they get very frazzled, and
yeah, you're always pointing in the direction for somebody else to make the play.
You just see the heartbeat pounding out of their jerseys from here even sometimes on the pop-ups, but Cortes was very calm there, collected. Brandon Drury takes ball 2. Drury is the designated hitter tonight, and he could use some hits, that's for sure. He lines this one toward the left field corner. That gets down a fair ball. It bounces into the left field corner. Well, Brandon Drury designated a hit tonight, and maybe he'll do just that. He has a double in his first at bat.
That's a perfect night for Brandon Drury. A lot of rain. This hooks it right down there in the corner. An extra base hit. This is 5th double this season. He had 59 extra base hits last year. Scoring position now for Moniak. Getting a chance to play against the lefty here.
That is his first extra base hit since May 8th. It has been 3 months and some of that time on the IL since we've seen Brandon Drury get an extra base hit. But he has a 2-out double against his former team. One of his former teams, at least. Drury spent some time with the Yankees as he toured around the league.
It's a big run out there to add on run here now in scoring position for Moniak, getting a chance against the lefty.
Moniak does not play often against left-handers. Chased out of the zone there against Cortes. So no balls, 2 strikes. Cortes typically tough on lefties specifically. And Shonowell got him earlier.
He has that drop down, that arm angle too. He'll throw his sweeper or his cutter from that arm angle.
Ball and 2 strikes. Nestor Cortes, originally from Cuba, but moved to Florida with his family when he was a baby and grew up a Marlins fan in South Florida. Moniak cues that one right over the head of Eric Young Sr.
Baseballs and bats going flying towards the dugout for the Halos today. He went Cobra Kai on that one. Get out of the way.
Close shave.
He says Cobra Kai.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Moniak.
His son playing in Cobra Kai. Kenny Payne, character. Feel the pain. Cobra Kai.
I'm going to watch that in the offseason. Just
need to. You need to.
I have nothing better to do for 6 months. I might as well.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Moniak. And a high pop-up should get Cortes out of the inning. Anthony Volpe coming in, and he does make the catch to end the inning.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Volpe, Jackson Howard, Alex
Bobby Witt Jr. is an absolute superstar in the making.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
Highlight reel play, Bobby Witt Jr.
That's why we call him Bobby Baseball.
He is a generational talent. I want to win a World Series. I want to do it in Kansas City.
This guy is the cream of the crop right now.
Sensational again.
It is crazy, wiry, athletic pop that's only going to get better.
Your play sense going back to last Saturday. Ben Joyce polishing off the Metropolitan, striking out J.D. Martinez with a 104.7 mile per hour pitch, fastest in the recorded tracking area. And Aroldis Chapman said, "I see you, Ben Joyce." Last night in Pittsburgh, matching Joyce's record, 104.7, getting Manny Machado. You saw him there. He was almost left speechless. You know, Ben Joyce saw that last night, said with a big smile on his face in the clubhouse this afternoon, said, "I think it's awesome. He's still doing that. He grew up watching him do that." Now, Chapman did throw a pitch 105.1 right before that strikeout. I asked Ben if he was gunning for that. He said, "It's in the back of my head." He's still hoping to meet Chapman, but he said he's 36. It's amazing that he's still throwing that hard.
He really has stayed relatively healthy throughout his whole career, especially arm-wise. I mean, it's incredible to throw 105.1. Still to throw that hard.
Austin Wells leading off here in the bottom of the second inning as he looks at a strike. Well, Chapman with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are in the wild card race, but they suffered some tough losses to the Padres this week, including last night's game and again today. As Wells, it's a high fly to right field. Adele back for it. He's at the wall. He makes the catch on the warning track.
Boy, everything we've seen so far hitting the air, it's not easy to track it down. Even LeMahieu to finish off that last half inning too.
You just never know in this ballpark. It's such a short right field here.
And the wind is really swirling too.
And a good job by Adele to make that catch on a very high fly off the bat of Wells.
It's the old saying, he hit it too high.
That's right. What do you mean too high? Here's Anthony Volpe as he takes a strike. Volpe batting in the number 6 spot in the order, the shortstop for the Yankees. Fouls that one off his foot. No balls and 2 strikes.
It's that cutter that runs in towards the handle of the batter, right-handed batter.
There's Anthony Volpe as he takes a moment to collect himself after fouling this one off his foot. An Italian shortstop for the Yankees, like Phil Rizzuto. This is the franchise of Joe DiMaggio.
Wait a minute, we made it 3 games without you referencing that yet?
Well, 2 were in one day.
Oh, okay.
Joe Torre, Joe Pepitone. Great Italian-American lineage of the New York Yankees. 0-2 on Volpe. Pops this one up to the right side. We'll see if it stays in play for Shonowell. And it does. 2 up, 2 down.
Both these pitchers will get their fair share of fly balls and pop-ups.
That's the plan for both of these guys. They're pretty similar, Tyler Anderson and Nestor Cortes. Anderson's been an all-star 2 of the last 3 years as he has really figured out how to pitch with his stuff at the major league level. Cortes has been an all-star in the past as well.
Yeah, Cortes is 32% ground ball rate, way around there, and same thing for Anderson's 38% ground ball rate. So a lot of fly balls and punch outs.
You know, a lot of punch outs yesterday for Jazz Chisholm. He struck out 6 times in the doubleheader. He gets this one in the air to right. This one's going to go. Adele won't be able to catch it as Jazz Chisholm hits his first home run as a Yankee here at Yankee Stadium. He cracked that one way back to get the Yankees on the board.
Yeah, he tried to go back in, and the Angels have been real successful pitching him in, but that got out over the plate. It's his second career home run against the Angels. He's 4 for 25 now with that home run. To try to get it in. It's been very effective. Fastballs in on Jazz Chisholm, but that one not in enough.
Both home runs here early on have been left on left. Shawnuel off Cortes in the top of the first, and now it's Chisholm against Anderson here in the bottom of the second. A 2-out home run at that to tie the game as LeMahieu takes ball 2.
Pretty good crowd here tonight too.
Yeah, even with it raining throughout the day and for most of the night. The crowd did show up here. 3 balls, no strikes on LeMahieu. LeMahieu had a couple of hits yesterday as pan around this version of Yankee Stadium, which opened in 2009. Replacing the old Yankee Stadium, which pretty much everyone will tell you had such a lore to it and a charisma within the ballpark itself that this one really can't match. As LeMahieu, it's a chopper to the left side. Rendon has to play it quickly to first, and it is in time to get LeMahieu.
That's a great play. I'm sure they'll take a quick look at it, but that was a great play by Rendon.
LeMahieu's had all kinds of foot injuries over the last couple of years.
So tough to be able to even tell that angle. This is better, a little maybe better. That's close.
Yeah, the
check
Yankees
it.
will challenge.
Yankees a lot like the Tampa Bay Rays. They challenge even a lot early.
I think the Yankees, are they able to challenge this? I guess so. Logan O'Hoppe was wondering of why they were allowed so much time to decide. It's because the ball kind of bounced into Shawnuel's glove that made it a close play, and Shawnuel caught it on the fly. LeMahieu's probably out, but because it bounced here at the very end, it gave LeMahieu just another millisecond to get there.
Yeah, they're going to say, is that baseball controlled in the glove there because of that bounce? But still, it's going to be tough to overturn that one.
The ruling on the field is that he's out, so that's the important thing, that the video evidence will have to show that he is safe, and you can make the argument that he is.
Anthony's not going out on the field. He said, I got him. He's even got the hat off and everything.
I suppose they'll get back out there eventually if they needs to. This play remains under review, and DJ LeMahieu hoping for an infield hit.
Oh, that's still very difficult to overturn.
Yeah, from that angle, it looks.
I think it's even more conclusive that he's out, or his call stands.
This is one of those plays without replay. It would never have been argued by either side. Just a bang-bang play at first. The call in the field went the Angels' way.
Not a lot of umpires in the stands saying safe either.
Well, they'll be saying all sorts of stuff if LeMahieu's called out. Well, we're not too far away from the replay center, but that doesn't matter. It's still taking a long time. There we are in Midtown Manhattan. Getting to watch some ball tonight down there in that dungeon-like room. It's very dark in there. I don't know why they needed. I don't know if the umpires can see better when it's dark, but it's a very dark room that they have.
Concentration level is that much better.
If they get a lot of pizza delivered to the Midtown Manhattan Replay Center late at night, I would think they would. Got a lot of options.
Well, right next door, Paul O'Neill and might be able to send over some. Michael K. be able to send them some leftover pizza.
Well, we'll raid them if they have a rain delay tonight. We might have a rain delay just while this replay review goes on. There should really be a 60-second limit to these, and you know, it's a play that doesn't have anything else leading into it. He's either out or he's safe at first. That's it. There's no other things to say. It's 3 minutes and beyond, and a rainy night. You think they just want to get on with it here? And what could they possibly see in a 3.5 minute window?
I'm almost thinking they're going to go overturned here on this one now.
Oh, well, all right. Let's find out.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
After review, the call in the field stands. The runner is out. New York loses their challenge.
Well, that's what we thought about 3 minutes ago, but finally we get the call and the inning is over.
Adrian Beltre.
And there it is, number 3,000.
Todd Helton. Joe Mauer.
Oh, what a play by Mauer.
And Jim Leland.
He's the best! He's the best!
Each had their own journey, but now their paths converge at the entrance to baseball immortality in Cooperstown, New York. The 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Sunday, July 21st on MLB Network.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Adley Rush. Jackson
Bryce
Harper. Alex Christian.
In style at the Big A Friday, August 16th, the Angels host the Atlanta Braves, and the first 25,000 fans receive an Angels belt bag, courtesy of angels.ocnavigator.org. Visit angels.com/promotions for details today. T-Mobile coverage cam shows us how the grounds crew has us covered on a wet night here in New York.
Danny Cunningham, the head groundskeeper here at Yankee Stadium. I've known him for a long, long time. He was over at the other stadium. People are moving around. A little bit harder rain coming right now.
Did you ever have any? Well, it's really raining now. You're right. I looked down for a second. I look up and the entire stadium is running for cover. And here's Michael Stefanik to lead off the third while we have it, as there's strike one to Stefanik. Were there any on a night like this? Were there any special things you requested from the grounds crew?
No, not really. I tried not to change anything up, really.
Well, Stefanik drills one to left field, and that's a fair ball. As it one hops over the fence, it's an automatic double.
I really, be honest, going back to you, Wayne, I didn't really want to slow down anything. I was all about a quick pace, as quick as possible. So anything slowing it down as far as doing stuff, as far as getting, the thing to be able to, get the dirt off your cleats, anything like that, for me, it would slow it down. I just wanted to get that sign from the catcher. Wow, look at that. It's almost like a snow globe.
Well, we don't get to see a lot of this in California.
It never rains in California.
No.
Southern California, anyhow.
Here's Nolan Shonowell showing bunt, and he bunts foul up the first base side.
He must feel that this is going to be a passing shower. Otherwise, you would think he might have thought about bringing out the tarp.
Well, it's going to be like this all night here at Yankee Stadium, so they'll play through as much of it as possible and try to limit any sort of possible delays, because the importance is to get this game over with. Shonowell lines one toward right field. That's a base hit as it falls in. Stefanik a late break as he heads home. He will make it. Holding up at first is Shonowell, who has driven in both runs for the Angels, and they have a lead 2-1.
Doing exactly what Zach Neto did last night in Game 2. He's driving in a lot of runs. 2 runs batted in already for Nolan Shonowell, giving him now 41 on the season. Nice swing by Stefanik to get it started with a double, and it's out front on the sweeper, and is still able to hook it in the right field for an RBI single. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs for Shonowell.
It is really coming down right now as Zach Neto stands in and takes ball 1.
Yeah, you look on the warning tracks all around, and you can really see the puddles, even on the dugouts.
Rain clapping down on the top of the dugouts pretty forcefully right now, although it's not raining quite as hard as it was just a minute ago. 1 ball 1 strike. Our Kia player profile on Zach Neto's big night yesterday.
Most RBIs in 1 game for the Angels shortstop. Freddie Patek, Jim Fregosi, the late great, and Zach Neto right there with 6.
Neto bounces this one to the left side and through, a base hit.
That baseball, when it hits that grass, it's going to skip. It gets to the dirt. Every play is going to be difficult. Good answer by the Angels after that home run. Jazz Chisholm Jr. right away score a run and some more pressure.
3 straight hits to start this inning. Stefanik doubled, singles from Shonowell and Neto. Neto has hit .342 over his last 24 games entering today, and now 1 for 2 in this one. And here's O'Hoppe. He could use a hit in front of the home folks here. He's not had a hit yet in this series.
When he rocket that last one, almost 112 off the bat. It's a good swing there also.
He's gone 0 for 11 so far, and O'Hoppe batting 3rd in the order here with a chance to at least drive in 1. 1 ball 1 strike.
Looks like it's slowing down a little bit, the rain. I thought they were all running up there. You might have been signing autographs. Everyone's run up to see you, Wayne.
Swing and a miss by O'Hoppe. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We saw all of O'Hoppe's family and friends here yesterday wearing those O'Hoppe 14 shirts, raising money and awareness for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's this one in the air to right field.
Be good enough to be able to tag up on that.
Soto right at the edge of the track makes the catch. Shonowell will tag up and advance to 3rd base on a long fly out from Logan O'Hoppe. So 1 away.
Productive out there too, advancing to 3rd base, get a chance to drive in another run here for Kevin Pillar. Getting some high fives, getting back in that dugout. Drove the ball pretty well to deep right field. Logan O'Hoppe.
The rain has tapered off some again, so at least not coming down and drenching everyone the way that it was at the beginning of this half inning. As Pillar pops 1 foul. This is a day where the grounds crew has to work extra hard, really, from the beginning of the morning through the end of the night, especially because the Yankees have another game here tomorrow. It's supposed to be raining again here.
They do that when the groundskeeper do that YMCA thing. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, to have the energy to do that today around that 5th or 6th inning.
The balls and 1 strike on Pillar. The Yankees are expecting the Texas Rangers to be in town here tomorrow for the start of a weekend series. And the Rangers stopped at the White House today for their official championship visit as they came up from Washington D.C. and that's where the Angels are headed after this game. Well, it's supposed to be very wet and soggy in D.C. tomorrow. The possibility of that game tomorrow against the Nationals is up in the air.
Just looking for some sunshine at some point on this road trip.
Well, we got to take the bird back west then we'll find our sunshine. 2 balls 2 strikes on Pillar. Gonna need to see some California sun. Stat.
Yes.
When I came to the Angels last year, it took me about 12 seconds to get spoiled by the sun.
Every day.
But now I just can't even handle this right now. I'm apoplectic. Remember that word?
No. Can you spell that for me?
2 balls, 2 strikes on Pilar. And a bouncing ball up the middle. Torres near second has it and turns a double play to end the inning. So the Angels settle for 1 as they reclaim the lead in the third. Nestor Cortes through the raindrops falls behind 2-1.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview 2 of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Marcus Lynn Betts, best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play
on the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness. And that one is going to go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Mookie Magic.
Look at the grounds crew and the umpires and Tyler Anderson all trying to get on the same weather page here as it rains throughout the night at the bottom of the third inning. And the conversations will be constant. Quinn Wolcott is the home plate umpire and the crew chief, so he'll be the one largely involved in those conversations. Our Indeed player resume. Well, if Tyler Anderson can get through 7 innings in this weather tonight, he can break a tie with Zach Wheeler, Seth Lugo, and Logan Gilbert for the most 7-inning starts, giving up just 1 run or fewer.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing, how well he has thrown this entire season. You talk about getting that length in games from Tyler Anderson, the all-star. One thing I would do, Wayne, on a night like this, I would have another uniform top ready. And then when I take the one that's wet, I have him just fire it in the dryer and be able to keep switching out every couple innings. That's the one thing that would bother me, is the jersey top.
2 balls and no strikes on Alex Verdugo, who leads off here in the bottom of the third inning, followed by Gleyber Torres and then Juan Soto. Anderson doesn't get the call there over the outside edge.
Yeah, somebody said something in the dugout right away, and he's like, no, it was up. It was not up.
Verdugo's numbers this year almost identical to Gleyber Torres. That's why they've been sort of interchangeable, batting 9th or batting 1st, depending on the arm of the starting pitcher. It's not a lefty, so Verdugo bats 9th. And he lines one out toward right center field. Moniak got a good jump after it in the gap, makes the catch.
He's had some good routes taken so far in this series. Run that one down off the bat. You're thinking that's got a chance to skip to the wall for a double. Instead, it's an out to right center field.
So 1 out. Here is Torres, who had a base hit his first time. Angels lost the opener of the doubleheader yesterday, but then won game 2. They knocked around the starter Will Warren, who allowed 8 runs. Heard Michael Kay talking about the fact that it felt like the Yankees punted a little bit in that doubleheader second game yesterday, not having one of their normal starters You know, it's starting to be crunch time for the Yankees. They're in a first-place tie with the Orioles, and you know, even though in some cases the team that gets those wild card buys straight into the division series have not ended up with success in the division series, it doesn't mean that's not the preferred route. You'd rather skip that wild card series no matter what.
Yeah, because you're always wasting your top 2 guys, maybe even 3 guys in your rotation. And when you start a series, that second series, a 5-gamer, that you've already wasted top 3, and you might have to have your 4th starter there.
Well, that's one reason. Certainly the other reason is that you could get beat straight out. You know, you end up in that wild card, you're facing another team that's had a pretty good year, and you could lose 2 out of 3 as well. Could end your season being in that wild card. 3-2 as Torres fouls one off. So the Yankees and Orioles playing hard for the division title. They're tied entering today's play, but every game is important, especially without the benefit of a tie-breaking game anymore. The season series becomes hugely important as Baltimore trails in Toronto tonight 3-2. That game's in the 3rd inning. You can't give games away if you're the Yankees. 3-2, and Torres hooks one to the left field corner. That's deep down the line, and that is a foul ball. Gotta wait for the umpire after that call we saw at Angel Stadium over the weekend.
Just hold your breath for a little bit.
This looked well foul, and it was. Swing and a miss. That's a nasty changeup from Anderson.
That's his 2nd strikeout on his changeup tonight. 55th strikeout with his changeup. It's a great job, that balance. Great arm angle with it. Finishes it on that edge again for the punch out.
2 up, 2 down in the inning. Anderson retired the first 2 last inning and then gave up a home run to Jazz Chisholm. Now facing Soto, it's a line drive to right center field. Adele backs up, makes the grab onto the warning track. 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd for Tyler Anderson.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Volpe, Jackson
Bryce
Harper, Alex Christian.
The Big A on Friday, August 30th, when the Mariners come to town. The first 25,000 fans receive a short sleeve hooded shirt courtesy of Foundation Building Materials. Visit angels.com/promotions for more. The grounds crew will be out there pretty much between every half inning tonight to keep the field as dry and playable as possible. 3 innings in, just need 5 for an official game. As Anthony Rendon looks at a strike from Nestor Cortes.
Try to keep it as safe as possible for the players on the field too.
Rendon made a good play earlier on a soft bouncer off the bat of DJ LeMahieu, coming up the third base line and having to make a quick throw to first. It was a bang play, resulted in a few minutes of replay review, but Rendon was able to get the out. On a night like tonight, that's an even tougher play than usual.
You know that baseball has some moisture on that grass.
Cortes strikes him out with a cutter, one away, as we hop in the car with Hyundai.
Add more joy to your journey. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now.
See how nice the background looked behind those Hyundais with the palm trees and the ocean, the sun.
I hear you. I hear you. We could dream. We can California dream.
Yes, that is what we're reduced to at this point. After a wet week on the East Coast, Joe Adell batting with one out here in the fourth. He popped out to Cortes his first time.
Oh wait, that was a real nice play he made to finish off the inning there. That ball was hit hard by Soto.
He's made a couple already tonight. Have to be wary of that wall right behind you if you're the right fielder here. Just the rain and the wind can wreak havoc on an outfielder. Adell, dating back to July 12th, is hit .274, and his on-base percentage is .400 in that time. And he adds to it here as he lines one to right center for a base hit.
It was a good play by Soto to cut that one off. That's going to the wall, easily going to the wall. Well hit by Joe Adell.
And so sloshy in the outfield here. Soto took about 7 steps after he cut it off to stop himself.
If he doesn't get that, it's a double, maybe even a triple with Joe Adell's speed.
Well, the brakes don't work like they normally do when you have all this wet weather. Here's Brandon Drury, who doubled his last time.
By the way, that gets Joe Adell over 200 with that base hit. 201 now.
He's been working on it for a while, and it's been close to a month now where he's had this .400 on base percentage, hitting .275 in that time.
He's hit a lot of baseballs hard. That was 106.9 off the bat. That's how impressive that play was by Juan Soto to cut that one off too in the outfield.
There's a broken back grounder up the middle. Torres has it and starts another double play. That's exactly how the third inning ended, and it's how the fourth ends as well.
If you ask your family what they want for dinner and you get 4 different answers, this one's for you. With Home Chef's family menu, eating dinner together just got easier, thanks to family-sized oven-ready recipes that make dinnertime stress a thing of the past. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and easy prep recipes save you time and money. The oven-ready tin means no pots or pans, so you can breeze past after-dinner cleanup. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
How many pairs of Tecovas boots is too many pairs? Not sure. How much fun is too much fun? Find your next pair or 2 at Tecovas.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
The salty air, the golden light, reflections of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Luxury meets performance. Peter Millar.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Adley, Jackson,
Bryce
Alex
American League MVP candidates, numbers 1 and 2 right now, are Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. Both have had remarkable years. Witt has hit well over 400 since the beginning of July. And meanwhile, since the beginning of May, Judge has seemingly hit everything right on the nose. comes up empty on this first pitch from Anderson.
Yeah, you would think, and you look up at the numbers from Aaron Judge, it's an automatic lock. He's the MVP, but Bobby Witt Jr. has really put together an incredible season at shortstop for the Royals.
The ball's in a strike on Judge, leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Angels will be making a trip to Kansas City in about a week and a half to face Bobby Witt and the Royals, who are right in the thick of the wild card race in the American League, holding on to the 3rd wild card spot right now. That's in there, strike 3 to Judge.
That hesitation at 92. Not exactly where Hoppy wanted that pitch, but both of those, between the 4-seamer going in and the other one down middle part of the plate, just on the outside corner. Look at that call all that much, especially when you see the catcher set up inside, but it was a strike. That hesitation threw off the timing of Aaron Judge. Twice he's punched out.
Got him with the changeup swinging in the 1st, and now a strikeout looking here in the 4th inning. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Stanton, the majors leader in active home runs in a career. He's at 420 home runs. A real shot at 500 as he takes ball 2. 34 years old. Figure with his contract he'll be around another 4 or 5 years.
So far, back-to-back pitches inside. He tied him up to 1 before at 91. He went 89, and then he got him a change piece.
Good pitch to make it 2-2. Stanton will be an interesting Hall of Fame track if he does get to 500 home runs. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out, especially as he's had a hard time staying on the field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pops this one up. See if it stays in. Rendon over near the dugout will not have a play.
He went back inside and tied him up again at 92. Yeah, that's a good point, Wayne. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, his numbers. I mean, he's been an MVP. He's got some pretty good numbers in the postseason also.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a bouncing ball here. Not a guy you really have to keep the infield too active for. Stanton hits the ball in the air most of the time. Trout second on that list in career home runs by active players. Joey Votto still active. He's at AAA this year. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Giancarlo Stanton. His wins above replacement total a lot less than you'd expect from the typical Hall of Famer. I don't know. It'd just be based on the one category, the fact that he hit all these home runs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Anderson blew the fastball by him.
I love how he could tie up these powerful hitters. We talked about that even as far as Keys, to be able to run that fastball in. And for the most part in this 3-game set, pitchers have pitched these powerful right-handed bats in and not shied away from going to the inside part of the plate. That's 92 and got to buy him inside.
Here's Austin Wells, like Anderson, a Las Vegas native, as he hits one foul to the 3rd base side. Wells went to Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas, where a lot of big leaguers have come from.
It's a great football program also.
Joey Gallo went to high school.
Drop down. Pretty good pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike. Wells was a 1st-round pick in 2020 out of the University of Arizona. He's been productive since getting his first real big league taste this year. It's this one hard on the ground. Diving is Stefanik, but he can't quite make the play. Base hit with 2 outs for Austin Wells.
Yeah, that's going to pick up steam too, as it was hit off the bat pretty hard. Nearly 106 off the bat. Once that gets to that grass, see how quickly that skipped. Stefanik almost got to it. Just off that lower part of the glove, unable to control it.
Now Volpe with 2 away. As Anderson starts him off with that changeup for a strike. Anderson's had a pretty good changeup tonight. A couple have slipped out of his hand. Otherwise, we're pretty on with that pitch. But at first base, as Wells had to scramble back.
It's been a while since Tyler Anderson has picked off a base runner. He's got 17 in his career. It's been over 3 seasons.
Swing and a miss. It was a cutter that time. Anderson's already had 10 swings and misses in this game. He's had 9 swings on his changeup. 5 have been misses. He's ahead of Volpe 0-2. Swing and a miss with a fastball again to end the inning. Anderson strikes out 3 in a scoreless 4th inning.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Bro, you get a month for free.
It's free. You can get 1 month for free. So you got nothing to lose and you got everything to gain.
Try it, and you're gonna like it.
First month is free. Get involved, pop a chewable, and you tell yourself if it work or not.
This is The History of Glasses by Warby Parker. A theory of optics emerges in Egypt. Then for a while, not much happens. With glasses, at least. A millennium later, the first pair is made near the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It had just started leaning. Glasses exist now. People can see, but they're more expensive than they need to be. So we start Warby Parker. We cut out the middleman to design higher quality eyewear for an actually fair price. Shop it at home, in stores, even virtually. It's the 21st century, not medieval Italy. That's the history of glasses and the future. Come see at warbyparker.com.
I'm Livy Dunn, All-American gymnast and Viore athlete. When you travel and train as much as I do, you find happiness where you are. On the mat or on the sand, movement and comfort are essential. That's why I live in Performance Joggers by Viore. Made from DreamKnit fabric that's made of 89% recycled materials, effortlessly soft and made to move as much as I do. My happiness starts here, in the softest joggers on the planet.
You want to take a shot at the next level? Well, this is it. What you've been waiting for. All that work, the sweat, the sacrifice. It's not a question of can you do it, but can you do it?
Hard not to be impressed with the way that Christian Moore has played since joining the Angels organization, the number 8 pick in this year's draft, and he has just stunned the ball so far at single A and double A. Last night he had a walk-off homer for the Trash Pandas. He's 12 for 24 in 5 games.
Yeah, he's got 6 extra base hits and 24 official at-bats, including a walk-off home run last night. Impressive power.
You know, and we were talking about it around the time when the draft is happening, that you had to pay extra close attention to who the Angels drafted in the first round, because we could see them sooner than later. It's starting to be a real possibility the way Christian Moore has played, that it's certainly feasible we'll see him at the major league level before the season is over. If history is something to pay attention to, at least recent history, when it comes to the Angels, as Mickey Moniak leads off the 5th inning and looks at ball 1 from Nestor Cortes. Here's Erica.
It was certainly something we asked Ron Washington about before the game, if he was optimistic we might see Christian Moore up with the big club at some point this year. He said that's a call for Perry, but the way he's moving, wouldn't be surprised, but certainly a call for Perry Manassian.
Judge coming in and diving to make the catch on a fly ball off the bat of Moniak. So 1 out here in the 5th.
That's some coverage, but the Angels we've seen under Perry Manassian, when they feel that you put up some numbers in the minor leagues, you're certainly capable of doing so and developing in the major leagues. You see Judge coming in and making that play. But I would not be surprised if you see Christian Moore up here before too long. When you hit the ball like that consistently, and he did so in a great conference, in a national championship team at Tennessee.
Well, and on top of that, if defense is something that he needs to work on the most, I feel like he could be a major league hitter, at least close to it. And it's defensively where he needs developing. Well, where better to do that than here when you've got Ron Washington and Ryan Goins, and we've seen with our own eyes how dramatically this team has improved defensively, and certain players especially under the tutelage of this coaching staff. So why wouldn't you give Ron Washington an opportunity to work with this kid for the last month or so of the season and get him settled into the offseason that way?
I mean, look at the improvements for Zach Neto. Look at the improvements for Nolan Shaunawell. Even Luis Rengifo before he got hurt, how good he was at second and especially at third base.
Rengifo might have been the most dramatic improvement of all. Stefanik fouls one off. Here's another guy, Michael Stefanik. Ron Washington was talking about him before the game. He was asked about Stefanik's at bats and his approach to the plate, and Wash basically said that's all fine and dandy, but his defense has improved a lot since he's gotten here, and you know that is the #1 thing on Wash's mind.
I mean, his range has been so much better defensively.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Stefanik, and yeah, he can put a good at bat together. He's had hits in 4 straight at bats dating back to last night. He was 3 for 4 in the game yesterday, and he's 1 for 1 tonight with a double and a run score.
Almost got that baseball out. His first bat, one hopped the wall in left field for a double. Second of the season, third of the season, I should say.
And a big cut there, and it's still 3-2. Stefanik batting here in the 5th inning, and after this 5th inning is over, will be an official game. It's important for these two teams to get through the ball game here tonight. 3-2. And Stefanik fouls one off. They do have a mutual off day in September that nobody wants to use. So keep that an off day if you can. You get through 5 innings tonight, and the likelihood goes way up that you don't have to make it up on that off day. Only if it ended up being tied late in the game and suspended would you have to come back. 3-2. Stefanik ropes another one down the left field line. That's a foul ball.
Oh, that was close. Kirk Young Sr.'s walking down with him there just to make sure of that one. That was real close.
It's tough because the rain has kind of knocked away all the chalk. Oh, that looked like it would have been potentially fair had the chalk been there, but the chalk has been washed away.
So then you got to challenge that. It's not a boundary call. In other words, that would be an umpire review. Either you challenge or you don't. It's tough because the chalk line has been washed out, but that was right at it.
It seemed like you could still at least tell where the chalk line would be, and it seemed like that ball would have dropped on the chalk had it been there. Now Stefanik says, don't worry about it.
I'll just do it anyhow.
Another line drive base hit for Stefanik. He'll have to hold it first with a single. Michael Stefanik, as we take a look again.
That's fair, I think.
I agree. I think if the chalk had been there, you would have seen it hit the chalk, no question.
Even though he still had a hit, but it's a difference between being at first base and second base. That definitely looked fair.
I agree. Well, the Angels didn't
but I don't know if they
can.
I don't know if you can necessarily challenge that because there's no line there.
Yeah, I don't know how they would have dissected that as a replay crew. But because of all the rain here, that chalk on the warning track has disappeared.
But 1 and 9 in the lineup so far for the Halos, and like 4 for 4. 2 extra base hits.
And Stefanik now is 5 for his last 5 dating back to yesterday. So keep an eye on that as he starts to streak a little bit. Well, 2 to Shaunawell, who homered to start the game, and an RBI single his last time to score Stefanik.
Well, nice job by Shonwell. Even though Cortes dropped down in an arm angle like that, he stayed in on that very, very well. Sometimes as a left-handed batter, you're bailing out of the way, but he stayed on it. Fouled this straight back.
Cortes already at 80 pitches. He has not made it through 6 innings in a start since the 5th of July. He's typically been around 5 and dive over the last month. And another spoiled pitch by Shonwell to keep that pitch count rising.
I mean, he did that quite a bit yesterday. A lot of foul balls, even the first at bat of the game. Game 2. I think it was game 2. Who knows? It was a while ago.
Well, the Angels have already had 25 foul balls against Cortes so far in this game.
Remember, it was the last game they had a bunch of them too.
All 3. Well, the Yankees rotation has not been all that sharp throughout the season, but especially over the last couple of months. You know, they thought when Garrett Cole would come back, the rotation would get a big lift. It really hasn't been the case. Cole himself has an ERA above 5. Shonwell with a liner to right. Soto sized it up and comes forward to make the catch before hitting the ground. 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Boy, Zach Neto, this is exactly where he was able to get those baseballs last night. Take a look at our StatCast TV powered by Google Cloud. Look where he got 3 of those baseballs out in front, the home run baseballs. He's reading the spin and getting it out in front and hitting one down the left field line and then left center field as far as his home runs, also in a single double. I love the fact is he lets a certain pitch travel deeper, but when he sees and recognizes the pitch he wants to hit, he catches it out in front of the plate.
There's a strike from Cortes. 0-1 on Zach Neto.
By the way, another good swing by Shonwell too. That was just well played by Soto. He always plays shallow and right because if anything hit in the air, he's got a chance getting out anyhow. He's taking away the single.
Down the line, that's a fair ball bouncing into the left field corner. Stefanik makes his way toward third. Eric Young Sr. sizes it up and holds him at third base. Verdugo got it in quickly.
Yeah, that's a good decision to hold him up there, even though you want to be aggressive. You got Logan O'Hoppe coming up. Volpe's got a very good throwing arm. Verdugo did a great job of getting that baseball in as quick as he did. Really good swing. Neto, 2 more hits today. Single double.
We talked about the difference between Stefanik having a single or having a double. Had that ball hit the chalk down the left field line, he would have scored on that easily had it been a double. So here comes Matt Blake, the pitching coach for the Yankees, and here comes Jack in the Box.
I invited Deadpool and Wolverine over to whip up some mini Jimmy Bang Bags. That was a mistake.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Trouble here for Nestor Cortes, as the Angels have runners on second and third. Get this about the Yankees rotation. If you go back to June 15th, that's almost 2 months. Their starting rotation has an ERA of 6.15. That's between Stroman struggling, Luis Gil, Cortes has gone downhill, Cole hasn't pitched well since coming back. That's a half run higher than the Rockies, who have the second worst starting ERA in that time.
Still is shocking that the Angels didn't see Garrett Cole at all this season. OC native, where's Lutheran High School. Seems like he's always pitched against the Angels, whatever uniform he's been wearing.
Go back to Flag Day, and the Yankees rotation has turned a dark corner. It's a strike on the swing, and it's a ball and a strike on Logan O'Hoppe. And the Angels got 8 runs off Will Warren. They didn't get any off Luis Gil, but they certainly had plenty of chances in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. And now they're looking for a big hit against Nestor Cortes in the 5th today.
It's a big at bat for O'Hoppe. This could be a huge add-on or possible add-on runs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hoppe fouled one off late on that fastball.
Over 55% of the time I'll go away from his fastball here. So it could be a sweeper or cutter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch count really starting to climb for Cortes. The next one will be his 90th. He'll be lucky to get through 5 innings again. He certainly won't make it through 6.
Bullpen was used a lot yesterday in the doubleheader for the Yankees.
He used just about everybody but Tommy Kahnle yesterday. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one almost to the backstop. 3-2.
A little heavier rain. Everyone's going upstairs again.
I saw this in the top of the 3rd inning. Well, Hoppy's from here. He knows how to handle the raindrops at the plate. On 3-2. Hoppy fouls one back.
Good battle here for Hoppy. Mr. Cortes keeps trying to elevate. Well, Hoppy's really good on high fastballs, but he's got to bring it in the zone on the upper part of the strike zone, not above it.
Angels looking for those important add-on runs here in the 5th inning. Lead 2-1. They've had 8 hits off Cortes. And Hoppy takes ball 4, so it's a walk to load the bases and bring up Kevin Pillar.
Pillar's come up a couple times now already now with some traffic.
The Yankees bullpen is just getting up, so this will be Cortes to deal with Pillar here.
Still, it's a little miss. It looks a lot worse on TV than it actually is here, but it's still annoying for the players in the field.
Daniel De Los Santos beginning to throw in the Yankee bullpen. Pillar, a .289 career hitter with the bases loaded. He's 3 for 5 this year. He had a big cut there. You're back to Angel Stadium at the end of May, and Pillar with a home run off Cortes.
Looked like a cutter there. He brought his hands in very effectively. It's over that short wall in left field. He's had some good hacks against Mr. Cortes so far today. Just hasn't quite been out in front with it.
Could not hold his swing there. It's strike 2. Little looper toward right center field. It's dropping, and that's a base hit. Stefanik scores. Neto's on his way home. He comes in. 2 runs with 2 outs and 2 strikes off the bat of Kevin Pillar, and the Angels lead 4-1.
Boy, this punch, that little sinker made contact. 2 RBIs on it. Pillar clutch again. Off the plate too to shorten up his swing. That's not really a full swing. He's just trying to make some contact. It was a sinker that was up high enough to make that contact. Looks like they're going to the bullpen now.
Well, De Los Santos just started throwing. And Aaron Boone has seen all he needs to see of Nestor Cortes tonight, who can't make it through the 5th inning, and it's another rough start for Cortes and for a Yankee. A trend nearly 2 months long as the Angels chase Cortes with a 3-run lead.
Do you spend hours maintaining your gutters? Save that time with LeafGuard's maintenance-free system. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS. Mesh filters sit on top of your gutters, building up debris and eventually clogging. Then they need to be cleaned too. Honestly, your home should have been built with LeafGuard gutters. LeafGuard's wraparound hood deflects debris and keeps water away from your home. The one-piece seamless system is strong, 20% thicker than average, and built to last. Plus, LeafGuard is guaranteed to never clog for as long as you own your home. Right now, get a complete LeafGuard system for only $99 down, $99 a month, and $99 installation. You'll also receive a $100 Visa gift card with a free gutter inspection and in-home estimate. Damage from clogged gutters can cost you thousands. Never worry about clogged gutters again. Don't wait, you've still got time. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS today. That's 1-833-2-GUTTERS.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview 2 of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Angels baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Hyundai. Get away with a great deal only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today. By Jack in the Box Mini Chimney Bang Bangs. Yes, Mini Chimney Bang Bangs. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Well, Nestor Cortes had whatever parade he was planning rained on tonight. The grounds crew is working diligently to keep this field as playable as possible for the finale of this series and the season finale between these two teams.
They've been working extremely hard to keep the mound and home plate area as the infield dirt. I always forget the outfielders, though, for some reason. They dump all that water from the tarp on the outfield grass. I know there is a drainage system out there, but the outfielders, you're on your own.
Well, the drainage systems have greatly improved since you played. I know that. They don't have to worry. The outfielders have to worry about nothing. They could drain about 30 feet per minute of water in this ballpark. No problem. Anthony Rendon takes ball one. It's nice of you to stick up for them, though.
Yeah, always. Danny Cunningham, every time I see him, I said he used to have the mound perfect at the old Yankee Stadium. And he's over here with the new stadium here. Everybody that's ever thrown on a mound here, whether it's the new or old Yankee Stadium, always said it's one of the best mounds in the game.
You ever feel like a mound was maybe further from home plate or higher up or lower?
Well, the old Yankee Stadium too, because the backstop felt like it was about 100 miles back there. So if you threw one away from the catcher, there's a good chance you'd get 2 bases on it. And wild pitch was kind of part of my game.
All 3 to Anthony Rendon. Which place didn't have a good mound?
Tiger Stadium. Old Tiger Stadium. My numbers will tell you that. I blame it all on the mound.
Well, what was wrong with it?
It seemed like it was too far away from home plate.
That's what I'm saying. There's, to really measure it, at least back then, I'm sure there were some teams that took some liberties with 60 feet 6 inches.
And the height and the slope of the mound. Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. It's a little more regulated nowadays. But boy, in your era, it was kind of the Wild West still.
Yes, well, it should be home field advantage.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Anthony Rendon. Nestor Cortes only lasts 4 2/3 innings. He allows 4 runs. There's ball 4 to Rendon. At least 4 runs so far. The Angels can still add a couple to Cortes's ledger with a base hit here.
By the way, even going back to that base hit by Pilar, it was really good base running, in my opinion, by Logan O'Hoppe. Stopped right at second because Soto was thinking he was going to try to go to third, and he was going to make that throw to third base. And if he gets him there at third base before the run scores, that takes away that run. So O'Hoppe just stayed right on the base and made sure there was no good attempt at third base.
Ball 1 to Joe Adell. This was Nestor Cortes's 41st career start at Yankee Stadium. It's only the 5th time that he's allowed 4 runs or more.
This would be another huge at bat for Adell and the Angels.
And that one touches the outside corner, so it evens up on Adell, who had a base hit earlier and got himself over that 200 mark in batting average for the year. He was hitting 180 on July 11th. So he has raised his average over 20 points. It's that one sharply but foul.
Eric Young Sr.'s looking around. Where can I go here now? He's looking at the dugout. I go, okay. Somebody's giving him some grief. So where do I go? Joe Adell can hit a baseball extremely hard.
1 ball 2 strikes with the bases loaded. The Angels have scored 2 in the inning. Make it a big inning with another hit. And drops downstairs from De Los Santos to Adell.
His fastball pretty firm, 93, 97. Curveball, slider, changeup. 45% of the time I'll throw a 2-2 slider.
Fastball in on the hands and bounced foul. Line drive right field. Soto comes in, dives drives, he can't get it. It goes by him. O'Hoppe scores. Pilar scores. Rendon's on his way home. He'll make it in. Joe Adell unloads the bases. The Angels lead it 7-1.
Another great swing on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for Adell. Didn't try to pull it. Stayed on it. Line drive right center. 3 runs driven in for Joe Adell. Just love that short swing going the other way. Almost got to it. Juan Soto did not make the play on it, and 3 runs scored. Some serious add-on runs on that swing from Adell. Joe Adell now with 51 RBIs in the season.
Those runs charged to Cortes, all but one of them. 6 allowed by Cortes in 4 2/3 innings. Ties the most runs he's given up this season. Just happened a few starts ago. Cortes's ERA now climbs over 10 in his last 5 outings. Well, you can hear the phones ringing at WFAN already, as the Angels have jumped out to a 7-1 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Still love that swing for Adell. There was a time when he was always trying to pull the baseball. He stayed on that one so well and lines it.
Three-run double. Soto laid out for it. Brandon Drury had a double earlier and now bounces this one foul.
Joe Adell with some excellent numbers with the bases loaded in his career. 7 for 17. 23 RBIs with 3 grand slams, 412 batting average. That's impressive.
A lot of grand slams for only 16, 17 at bats. Now Drury gets hit by that pitch, so he will take his base, and now the Angels batting around here will send Mickey Moniak to the plate for the 2nd time in the inning.
This gets the jersey. Oh, hush in the crowd right now.
And the Angels with a chance here to win back-to-back series against both the Mets and the Yankees. Something that's only happened a couple of times. Blue Jays did it in 2020 and the Braves did it last year. A long way to go in this one, though, and a very formidable Yankee lineup. And keeps leads small in this ballpark. Mickey Moniak at the plate. He will see the 50th pitch thrown by a Yankee in this inning.
And with the veteran Tyler Anderson on the mound, you wonder if he'll try to sneak an extra pitch in when warming up. Sometimes umpires aren't really paying attention to that, but it's been a while since he's been out there.
Well, we know he'll be the first one back out there after this half inning is over. Mickey Moniak, a line drive base hit. Adell heads for the plate. Soto's up with it, throws toward home. It is cut off by LeMahieu, throw to second base, and Moniak is out. The run does count. Adell comes in, and it's a 6-run inning for the Angels. 8-1 to score. Kevin Pilar had the big 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run base hit. Joe Adell a 3-run double. The Angels with a big inning in New York.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Bradley Jackson
Bryce
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together. Together. Together.
Together.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Add-on run to make it from 7-1 lead to an 8-1 lead. Try to make that, stretch that into going to second base on the throw home. Gotta give him a little credit for that. Maybe a veteran move on that one, especially with the rain still all around here. Not an official game yet. He's going to force the issue on that play at second. Just say.
Well, Tyler Anderson can get 3 outs here and then make it an official game, and there's one. Chisholm lines out to Nolan Shotwell.
You love that, especially when you had that long break in between innings to get a quick out like that. Pretty efficient pitch count too for Tyler Anderson. It's 67 of them now.
Trying to beat the Yankees for the first time in his career. He's only had 2 starts against them. One on May 29th. The Angels lost 2-1. And they've put up a 6-run inning for the second straight game. Remember, they did that yesterday as well. Helped out by Zach Neto's grand slam. Tonight, a 2-run single by Pilar, a 3-run double by Adele, and an RBI base hit by Moniak, who camps under this fly ball from LeMahieu. 2 up, 2 down. Our Arco top tier plays. Tyler Anderson getting punch outs against the big hitters.
Just keeping them off balance, keeping them guessing. The change up there, a couple punch outs, but then using his heater at 91-92, tying up Stanton with that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Upstairs, Volpe on that one too at 92.
Strike 1 to Verdugo, lined out to center field his first time. So once this last out of the 5th inning is recorded, well, from the Angels' perspective, it could rain until tomorrow morning. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be an official game, and that's big news as far as the weather is concerned tonight. It's supposed to be on and off throughout the evening, and heavier chance of rain later.
That's a good pitch. That's a great spot. I love that right there. Wolcott behind the plate. Yeah, I missed that one. It's a great pitch. It's right on the edge. It could go either way. Anderson did it in the right direction. Is it away? And he says, you know, my bad.
See Quinn Wolcott, home plate umpire, kind of tapping himself, making that motion to Anderson that probably didn't get that one right. Full count on Alex Verdugo. And that just missed, ball 4.
See, Tyler was upset with himself at a 2-out walk there. Just a little below the strike zone on that one. First walk of the game.
Matt Birch of Angels PR says the last time the Angels had back-to-back games with a 6-run inning, go back to 2016, toward the end of that season against the A's, September 27th and 28th. And they've done it here at Yankee Stadium.
They said it was a few years ago.
And almost as long since the Angels have won a series in this ballpark, which they can do if they hold this big lead here tonight. Can't get too comfortable though with Soto and Judge and Stanton still in the middle of the order.
No, you don't. That's why it's so important to be able to get Torres here after that 2-out walk. Verdugo. Well, I'll tell you what, Tyler Anderson can pitch inside as well as anybody in the game. That was inside there on that pitch. Between his fastball and his cutter. Cortes has to be aware of the fastball in, but he also has to think, okay, that changeup could fade away on me.
Strike 3 call to end the inning. Tyler Anderson has made it an official game. The Angels up by 7.
Christopher Russo is the Mad Dog.
Things are shaping up as far as 2024 is concerned.
And the only thing he loves more than baseball is talking about it.
It's a fun time of the year.
Watch High Heat on MLB Network.
Marcus Lynn Betts,
best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play on the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness, and that one is gonna go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can't control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home, where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Last batter too with Verdugo, that pitch right on the outside corner. Tyler Anderson was wondering where it was. Asked if it was away, down, away, and right there you see Quentin. He goes, "Yep, I missed that one. My bad on that one." You love to see that because Quentin Walcott has been really good, and there was a borderline pitch called a third strike there to finish off the inning. Tyler Anderson might have gotten back, but pretty consistent strike zone for Walcott this entire game. Not easy for an umpire. Everyone misses a pitch here or there, whether you're on the mound or at the plate. Acknowledge that one. Well, Anderson's been great here again tonight. This really, really good again.
5 innings. He's allowed 1 run. Mentioned earlier that he is tied for the major league lead in starts that have resulted in 7 innings or more with 1 run allowed or fewer. He's got a chance to get there tonight with a couple more innings as Michael Stefanik leads off here in the top of the 6th and takes a strike. The important issue now is this is an official game, so for whatever reason the rain took care of the rest of this one. The Angels are in a good position to win it.
Let's go back even to Tyler Anderson. He's such a student of the game of pitching. Just watching him today, even on the team bus on the way over, he was looking at different charts, hot zones, cold zones for hitters. He's always trying to figure out a way to have an advantage, and so far he's been really good on the mound for the Halos against the Yankees tonight.
Well, that breaks a string of 5 straight hits for Michael Stefanik, who was born in Boise, Idaho. The last player born in Idaho, this comes from our producer Max Leinwand in the truck. The last player born in Idaho to have 5 straight hits was the Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew in 1961.
Harmon Killebrew, wow. He was one of the nicest guys in the history of the game. But he could hit a baseball a mile.
I don't think I ever met Harmon Killebrew.
Oh, all-timer. He was an all-timer. Always had a smile on his face. By the way, his autograph on the baseball is the reason why Torrey Hunters and Kirby Puck, all those guys, because of what Harmon Killebrew is. Perfect. You can actually read every letter.
Yes, he was very big on that.
Yes.
Also big on hitting home runs.
Like 500 plus feet. He wasn't a big guy either, but his form.
No, he wasn't.
Gigantic.
He had a lot of home runs for a player born in Idaho, and Well, they haven't even had anybody from Idaho hit a home run in a long time. As Shonowell strikes out here.
Eating a lot of vegetables, those potatoes.
Last Boise, Idaho native to hit a home run was Vance Law in 1989. So Stefanik's going to hit one out. Take Vance Law out of history.
That's the law.
Stefanik was 5 for his last 5 until striking out to start this inning. Now Shonowell has struck out as well. Neto turns away from that inside pitch from Eniel De Los Santos.
2 hits again tonight for Neto. Magneto swinging the bat here at Yankee Stadium.
Well, the Yankees have just kind of been treading water for the last couple of months. So have the Orioles, so they remain locked up. Baltimore's losing tonight as well. They're trailing in Toronto 5-2. That game's in the 6th inning. So even though the Yankees have kind of been dawdling of late, it hasn't mattered too much. The Orioles have stayed right with them. And those two teams, as the Nets now 6-2 Toronto, well, they'll be in a battle over the last several weeks of the season to see which team wins the American League East.
It's going to be a fun stretch all around baseball, really, even when you look over in the NL West right now. That has gotten a lot closer.
Well, the Padres again edged out a win, squeaking by Pittsburgh today 7-6. The Diamondbacks play tonight against the Phillies, but San Diego's only 2.5 games now behind the Dodgers for first place in the National League West, and Arizona's just 3 back. Pitch timer violation has been called on the pitcher.
Even in the AL Central, really close, with Cleveland as great as they've played. Minnesota and Kansas City have stayed close there themselves.
The Twins are 3.5 back. The Royals 4. Plus those teams have 2 of the 3 wild card spots as well. Boston's on the outside looking in right now.
The White Sox fired their manager today.
Yes, Pedro Grifol was shown the door after being 101 games under 500 in a season and 3 quarters. It's not going to keep your job, I don't think, with that record.
Tough, good guy too. It's a shame. It's a lot of things going wrong there right now.
Well, they have made Grady Sizemore the interim manager, so they've got that going for him.
Very popular back in the day in Cleveland.
Yes, I recall that. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Neto. He had a fan club, Grady's Ladies.
Yes, he did.
Grady Sizemore back in the public eye. White Sox actually fired a couple of coaches as well, so Grady Sizemore has been upgraded to being the interim manager, although Chris Getz, the White Sox GM, promises to hire from outside the organization, bring in their next manager. Well, Neto had to turn away from that 3-2 pitch, and either it was ball 4 or he was hit by the pitch, but he's headed to first base.
He was asked if he was hit by that pitch. Thought it did.
I think he got the jersey.
On base 3 times today. Being a hit by pitch. The 11th time this season. It's going to be like Rizzo.
Today's Anthony Rizzo's birthday. Today's Ray Montgomery's birthday too. The Angels bench coach. Torres makes the catch on the pop-up here to end the inning.
From the day's first pitch to the night's final out, MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens here
all season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star. These players bring finesse and make sacrifices. They benefit from fortune and succeed through sheer will. These are the Gillette Labs plays of the first half. Wednesday at 2 Eastern on MLB Network.
Fans, visit angels.com/auctions, the official source for game-used Angels memorabilia. Bid on exclusive items like hats, baseballs, jerseys, and more by visiting angels.com/auctions today. There's one of the birthday boys here, Ray Montgomery.
Yeah, Ray, New York native too, Ray Montgomery. 3rd year as Angels bench coach. Roxville, New York. Double nickels today, 55. Because that's what he drives. Or doesn't drive. Depending on if you're a Sammy Hagar fan or not.
Sure. Like Sammy Hagar. Juan Soto leads off here in the bottom of the 6th. Takes a strike. Anthony Rizzo's birthday today, too. So we saw someone from the Rizzo Family Foundation at our hotel here in New York. And came to find out they had a big event yesterday. Anthony Rizzo hosted a bunch of young cancer patients and their families at FAO Schwartz yesterday in New York City, and he surprised each kid that was there with a $1,000 shopping spree at FAO Schwartz.
That is so cool that he did that.
Rendon will not have a play here.
He does a lot of amazing things for that survivor himself.
Has always been one of the more charitable players around Major League Baseball. Anthony Rizzo was the Roberto Clemente Award winner in 2017 when he was still with the Cubs.
That is so cool what he did there at FAO Schwartz too for the kids.
And he struck up a very good friendship with last year's Roberto Clemente Award winner. The man on deck, Aaron Judge, won the Roberto Clemente Award last season. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Juan Soto. Some of the more recent winners, guys like Justin Turner, Adam Wainwright, Curtis Granderson, who played here for the Yankees and the Mets. Giving out that award for a long time.
It is the one award everyone is thrilled to be even named as a nominee for that one.
It's a high fly right center field. Adele is back out near the wall, so is Moniak, and it's Moniak making the leaping catch at the top of the wall, right up against the fence, and Adele.
He's a Moniak. Incredible. Those 4 defensive runs saved. Not only going back to the wall, you got Joe Adele to deal with also, and he brings it back. Hey, Mickey, you are so fine on that play.
Great catch by Moniak. I'm going to give them half of Fred Lynn and Brian Downing for that.
Yes. That was one of the all-time greats. Wow. And he both survived somehow. Some hops, brings it back. It's home run robbery right there.
2 balls, no strikes on Judge, who has struck out twice tonight. The Angels with an 8-1 lead, and still flashing the leather behind Tyler Anderson, who has fallen behind Judge here. Anderson's had a good night. He struck out Judge twice. He has fanned 6 overall, and he's held the Yankees to just a run on 3 hits.
He's going back inside.
Breaks Judge's bat, gets a ground ball to third.
Pitched him so well, really. Pretty good game in game 1, the doubleheader yesterday, but inside another cutter off the plate effort. Fastball in, cutter in.
Worked pretty hard in the first inning. He's been efficient ever since. He's at 90 pitches right now in 5 2/3 innings. Let's see if he can make it back out for the 7th. Has to finish this inning first as Stanton takes ball 1. Stanton is 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight.
.20 changeup. As a hitter, you're okay. You're thinking, oh, 8-1. I got a good chance of getting a fastball here, but not against Tyler Anderson. You do. Good changeup.
He's going to pitch like it's still 1-0. Not going to give in at all just because the score is lopsided right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Stanton. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's part of the order for the Yankees. 0 for 9 against Tyler Anderson.
And with 4 strikeouts on top of it, this is how the inning started. Juan Soto bidding for extra bases. Mickey Moniak with the robbery and the assist from Joe Adell.
How many pairs of Tecovas boots is too many pairs? Not sure. How much fun is too much fun? Find your next pair or 2 at Tecovas.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
Learning to invest with Greenlight has really paid off.
Huh. Reminds me of how I learned about investing. Yeah, I never learned about investing.
Is there water in this thing?
Bring your family into the financial future.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
The Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Mobley, Jackson Howard, Alex
Adell up against the wall in right center field. Moniak made a great leaping catch to rob Soto of extra bases with Adell right there to catch him on the way down.
Yeah, how about that? You're making that play there. You got the wall to deal with and Joe Adell. I don't know what you'd rather run into. The wall or Joe Adell. That's like running into another wall. Strong as he is.
Millar looks at a strike against new Yankee pitcher Jake Cousins, who allowed a home run to Neto in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday.
Likely, I think that's probably it for Tyler Anderson. With that strikeout against Stan, he got his ERA below 3 again. Now 2.99 on the season. Tyler Anderson, what an outstanding job. 7 strikeouts. Just 1 walk, 3 hits allowed.
Leaves him 5th in the American League in ERAs, just behind Ronel Blanco of the Astros for 4th. Ground ball to the shortstop. Anthony Volpe has that. 1 out here in the 7th. He'll stay warm in the car with Kia. There are 5 pitchers in the American League with ERAs under 3. Tarek Skubal is 1. Corbin Burns is 2. Seth Lugo, then Blanco and Tyler Anderson.
Now with 141 plus innings pitched this year too.
He's had a remarkably good season. One of the league leaders in opponents batting average, 7th lowest in the American League in that category. His ERA now at 2.99 for the year. I think as of right now, Skubal would be the leading candidate for Cy Young in the American League.
I was thinking Seth Lugo for a while, but Skubal's been great.
Skubal leads the league now in ERA, strikeouts, and wins, which is the pitcher's version of a triple crown. He's tied for the lead in wins. And if he is first in all those categories, he'll definitely win the Cy Young.
He definitely has Cy Young stuff. His name was out there quite a bit. The trade deadline, but the Tigers decided to keep him. I still think that's the wise decision.
And A.J. Hinch was talking about that last week, saying basically when you've got a guy like that, why would you trade him? That's the guy you want. That's the guy you're looking for.
The guy you build around.
Yeah, exactly. So the Tigers probably wisely keeping Skubal.
That got him.
That's another hit batsman. That's the 3rd from a Yankee reliever already in this game. And Toronto still extending that lead on Baltimore. It's 7-2. That game's in the 7th. Cincinnati's opened up a big lead in Miami, 8-3, thanks to a 5-run 10th inning. Joe Adell with a fly ball left center field. Verdugo is under it. Adell just missed it. 2 outs.
Oh, that wind has knocked it back. It looked like it really get close to the warning track, and it had come way in on that one.
Good night for Adell, including his 3-run double that helped break this game open in the 5th. Two outs. Brandon Drury, the batter. He doubled earlier. First extra base hit in a while for Drury. He's also been hit by a pitch tonight. Angels will make their way to Washington, D.C. after the game tonight. A little weather looks brutal there tomorrow. Tropical storm Debbie hitting toward the mid-Atlantic, but we'll see if they play it. Guessing though they probably won't. Leave open a doubleheader possibility for Saturday. And if they do play tomorrow, Jose Soriano will face lefty Mitchell Parker. Angels will see all left-handed pitchers in the series in D.C. Saturday, veteran Patrick Corbin against Griffin Canning, and then Sunday the early morning game on Roku, 8:35 Pacific time. Angels have not named a starter yet, but it will be Mackenzie Gore pitching for Washington.
Yeah, he's got great stuff himself. Came over in that Juan Soto trade with San Diego.
You'll be saying that a lot this weekend. They have a lot of guys on their roster, and some of their better players from that trade, including C.J. Abrams, who was an all-star this year, and James Wood, who was recently called up.
And Corbin, at one point, a draft pick by the Angels. An incredible draft of, was it 2012?
Murray fouls one off at home plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corbin having another tough season. It's been a wayward contract, which is finally over after this year. It's the last of his 6-year deal.
Rain coming in now. People are running up stairs to stay dry.
Corbin has led the National League in losses 4 years in a row.
It's a little harder now.
The time was called by Drury. That's what we're talking about, it being an official game. It could just rain the rest of the night, and the Angels will not mind one bit.
And they're not running up there to get the sale on the hot dogs like we used to always say from the dugout. Hey, there's a sale on the hot dogs right now.
Strike 3 to Drury. Time to stretch or at least run away from the rain here in New York.
Soda's back. Like, actually back. The twist? It's better for you this time. You deserve that mouth-watering swirl of bold flavor and refreshing bubbles without feeling bad about it. 'Cause cravings aren't a crime, people. So no more hiding cans at the bottom of your recycling bin or sipping sparkling water with your burger and fries. It's time to love soda again. Like right now, 'cause we're officially bringing soda back.
ED has affected my confidence. My wife, Sherry, says it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. I found Hims. The app is easy. It's on my phone. I can order anytime I want. Hims has been the difference in my confidence.
It was better for both of us.
Get treatment for ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at hims.com.
When it comes to tickets, pick TickPick. You're picking the best prices guaranteed, with no hidden fees ever. Pick from thousands of live events. No hidden fees, more savings. Download the TickPick app.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
I feel like they lose track of at least $500 a month.
Maybe that's because you still use spreadsheets. Haven't you heard of Rocket Money?
No, but you're probably going to cut me off and tell me about it.
It's an app that automatically tracks your spending in real time, lowers your bills, and finds and cancels sneaky subscriptions.
Sign me up.
Stay on track with your finances and download Rocket Money today.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview two of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
To you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. By Spectrum. Get Spectrum Internet, mobile, and TV. Visit Spectrum.com for details. And by Resorts World Las Vegas, your portal to unmatched luxury and thrill for those bold enough to seize the moment. It's your time to rule the world. The Angels have built a big lead again here in New York. It was a 6-run fifth inning that broke it open, but a good start from Nolan Shonowell.
Yeah, a couple RBIs early on to start us it off with a solo shot leadoff home run. Kevin Pillar with 2 strikes, shorten up his swing, punched it in the right center field, driving in a couple on that single. And Joe Adell with the bases loaded, line drive, gets under the glove of Soto for a 3-run double. Mickey Moniak bringing back a ball that could have been out of the ballpark with Joe Adell right there for support. Tyler Anderson loving it. His 6 innings dominant again tonight.
Now the Angels with an 8-1 lead, trying to win here at Yankee Stadium in a series for the first time since 2017. Tyler Anderson certainly did his job tonight. 6 innings, allowed 1 run. Roansy Contreras now on the bump here at the bottom of the 7th.
He's been really, really good of late in that role out of the bullpen. Slider has been better because it's a little harder, more consistent with his fastball run. Good changeup and curveball.
We'll face Austin Wells to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Angels have 8 runs on 11 hits tonight. Anderson held New York to just 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 7. He's in line for his 9th win, would be the first of his career against the Yankees. Crowd has been scattered about after another pretty good downpour for a short time. It's cleared up again. It's been on and off, raining tonight, misting, and at times heavier rains, but there's not been a delay since the first pitch, which was thrown at 7:08 local time.
Yeah, the one beautiful day was the off day on Monday.
Now the grounds crew really did a great job here in these 2 or 3 days where the Angels and Yankees have been trying to play this series. They'll have to work hard again. Looks like more rain in the forecast here in New York tomorrow as well when the Yankees play the Rangers.
Field itself so looks incredible.
Yeah.
Warning tracks, yeah, there's some water there, but other than that, the field looks great.
Here's a fly ball to shallow left as the Angels converge. Pilar takes over and makes the catch. 1 out. Join your Angels for every Saturday night home game and stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for more details.
Still managed to get a selfie in here.
A soaked selfie here at Yankee Stadium tonight. It was a good crowd to start. The Angels up by 7 and getting later. Some of the fans have headed for the 4 train.
You good at taking selfies, Wayne, by the way? Good at that?
Not really. I don't think is any man good at taking a picture?
No. Absolutely not. My wife gives me grief every day about that too. She goes, how can you not? I mean, you're tall, you got the long arms, why can't you do it? I said, well, there's too many pitches thrown in his arm. I can't. It just falls down right away. I cannot do it.
That sounds like a problem.
Just a little bit. I would have to prop it up with my other arm and then I can't take the picture at all.
No balls and 2 strikes on Anthony Volpe as he pops this one up to the first base side. It is Shonowell as he makes the catch. So 2 outs. Well, with another win here tonight, the Angels would be 30-26 since June 3rd. That puts them up right with the better teams in the American League during that time. Now you might notice some potential playoff teams missing, including the Yankees, who the Angels have had a better record than since the 3rd of June.
And Baltimore and Kansas City in that thing.
The Royals were missing on that list as well, but obviously the Angels took a couple of months at the beginning of the year with this young team to kind of get situated. Ron Washington preaching patience and saying how this team would get better and better as the year has gone along, and we have certainly seen that with our own eyes here since the month of June.
I mean, the improvements of all the young players, all the hard work, the confidence they've been getting from this entire coaching staff.
Stefanik able to stay on his feet and get the out on Chisholm to end the 7th.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview 2 of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Pete Alonso, franchise cornerstone, homegrown Met. That's the guy you want to build your team around.
You know, Pete has turned into such an intelligent hitter.
If you hit it, it goes, that's for sure.
Oh, man, Pete got a hold of one.
There's not many guys who can do what he does from an offensive standpoint.
It's out of here, and the Mets win it! Into the 2nd deck!
That ball was tattooed.
Polar Bear's a ribby machine.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together. Together. Together.
Together.
The Yankees honored Willie Randolph as he threw out the ceremonial first pitch, and also did it as if he was turning a double play.
As long as Hal McRae wasn't around, I know he was turning that one easily. You know, you can make an argument that one of the best second basemen in the history of the game.
Well, he certainly had a great career as a Yankee, six-time All-Star, and was part of their 1977 championship team. Very well respected. He managed the Mets later on in his career as well in baseball. And you know, anyone around that organization has great things to say about Willie Randolph. Wonder how Willie feels about Hal McRae.
This is still unbelievable. Well, just slightly beyond the bag. That's, you know, in today's game, you're not quite connected to second base on that one, I don't think.
No, unless you can grab second base or take it into left field with you.
Yes. But still one of the great players. And you can make an argument close to a Hall of Famer. Him and Bobby Grich, for me, two of the best second, and Lou Whitaker. Those three guys should always be considered for the Hall of Fame.
Well, Willie Randolph, certainly a well-respected New York baseball figure, and getting an opportunity to throw out the first pitch. They had a bobblehead for him here tonight, so good to see Willie Randolph thriving at Yankee Stadium.
I thought he was going to make his way upstairs here to the broadcast booth at some point, but I don't think he made it up there.
You wanted to try to take him out on a slide?
No, I was just going to say hi to him. I faced him a lot of times. I know that. Same agent, too, we had growing up.
Brooks Robinson.
Yes. Mickey Moniak making a play like Brooks Robinson on that one ball to the wall.
Well, it might take Brooks Robinson to make this play. Volpe did his best. Now, Oswaldo Cabrera at least did his best on that play, and it's Mickey Moniak with an infield hit. Good job by Cabrera to make it close.
Second hit of the night for Moniak, along with a great defensive play out in right center field at the wall.
How you say your agent as if it was just some guy like named Bill Samuels or something.
Well, Ron Shapiro and Brooks Robinson. Shapiro, Robinson, and Associates. Used to represent Joe Mauer, who just went in the Hall of Fame.
No balls, 2 strikes. And Stefanik, who has 2 hits tonight. And Joe Mauer, part of the latest Hall of Fame enshrinement. And Stefanik rolls one. Cabrera gets another chance. Boots this one. Now will throw to first base and gets Stefanik there. Recovery by Cabrera for the out at first. One away, and now we hear from Jack in the Box.
I invited Deadpool and Wolverine over to whip up some mini Jimmy Bang Bags. That was a mistake.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
You think he learned, but he just doesn't. Keeps bringing them back.
Yes. It's not a good decision.
40,681 in attendance here tonight. At least tickets sold. Angels with their youthful lineup, especially in the 1, 2, and 3 spots. Shawnoel has 2 RBIs tonight. Joe Adell has 3. Forget Neto's 8 in the doubleheader yesterday. It comes out to 14 RBIs by the young Angels, 25 or younger in this lineup.
And you can see that's why you see that 1-loss record improve so much too. Young guys getting better, more confident, great game plans at the plate.
Ball 2 strikes on Shawnoel, who started this game with a home run off Nestor Cortes, who's in line for the loss. Cortes allowed 6 runs on 9 hits in 4 2/3 innings, and it's been a really rough go for Cortes over the last month. He's now allowed 24 earned runs in his last 22 2/3 innings.
They're working the wave here. They got to get loose.
Not enough people here to do the wave. This will be a close play at first. Diving. Shawnoel is safe.
And that's the one time I think diving got him there a little bit quicker to be able to be safe.
Tim Hill was a little late to cover.
And he sees that and senses that. Still, it's a dangerous play anytime you do that, dive into first base. See, he's able to get his hand in before Hill gets his foot on the bag. He's got a nice dirty uniform too now.
Oh yeah.
3-hit night for Shonewell.
Guy Gallagher will appreciate that headfirst dive on a soggy night.
I'll enjoy that.
No balls and a strike on Neto. Line to left. That's diving, and it's a base hit. That ball really sunk as it approached Verdugo in left field. It's the 9th RBI of the series for Neto, his 3rd hit tonight, and the Angels lead 9-1.
He's been on fire.
Well, that's his 60th RBI. He leads the team.
Yeah, no leg kick that stays down, a short little tap, and line drive. 3 hits. Another RBI. Scored a run again today. These kids have been so impressive.
Neto has gotten into the top 15 in RBIs in the American League, now driving in 60 runs. He's in the top 10 in the American League in doubles and stolen bases. Here's a bouncing ball that Cabrera grabs on the run and throws out O'Hoppe. The way that Neto has not only become a very good defensive player, but an extremely productive part of the lineup. This is about as good of an outcome as you could have thought going into this season for how Zach Neto's 2nd year would turn out.
How about him going into Ron Washington said, I want to hit number 2 and I want to stay there. Well, I think he's done okay in that spot.
Yeah. 9 RBIs in 3 games against the Yankees. Not bad.
It'll keep you in that number 2 spot.
Now 15 runs have been driven in by the Angels' young players in this series. And again, the only reason why the Yankees are on that list is because of Juan Soto.
It's impressive when you see the young players developing like this, the future getting brighter, the wins and losses getting better here since June 3rd.
This is Verdugo unable to make this play as he just kind of tiptoed along with the wet grounds here, especially on that warning track, which has been hit the hardest by the rain. And Verdugo didn't want to get himself into a bad spot.
Plus, you don't really quite know the warning track as much as normal there when you get into that spot, the wet warning track.
You can understand a little bit of hesitation from Verdugo there. I'm sure Tim Hill would have preferred he made that catch. No balls, 2 strikes on Pilar. There's another chance for Verdugo on a ball to left center field. And this time he has it. Angels tack on another run. Nolan Shonewell diving through at the bag. Keep the inning going. And the Angels now lead at 9-1.
Marcus Lynn Betts, best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play on the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness. And that one is going to go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can't control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand
to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Baseball, the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack for only $44. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/funpack. It's certainly been fun for the Angels these last 2 games here at Yankee Stadium. Losing the opener of the doubleheader yesterday, they won 8-2 last night, and they lead this game 9-1. Here's Mike Baumann on the mound, giving up a fly ball off the bat of LeMahieu. As Moniak pulls up, LeMahieu drops a base hit. Only the 4th hit in this game for the Yankees.
Well, the way Moniak's playing in the outfield, you think anything hit he's going to get there, but unable to get to that line drive by LeMahieu. 3 hits in the series for LeMahieu, so he's getting a little bit hotter.
Brings up Alex Verdugo. Rizzo's not going to play for a while still. So Mayhew getting some chances at first base now that Chisholm has taken over third base where LeMahieu had been playing. Alex Verdugo takes ball 1. Angels trying to lock down a series win here at Yankee Stadium for the first time since 2017. They've outscored the Yankees 17-3 since the beginning of the second game of the doubleheader. He's talking around Washington today about the rain kind of clamping down on the pregame work, and even if there was anything he thought should happen for this young team in a rare rain delay if it was going to come, but it doesn't seem like we're going to have a rain delay in this series as it turns out. But he said he really thinks the team earned some extra time to rest.
Yeah, all the work they put in, it's not a bad thing, but they don't have to do all that extra work, although they're always there. Even on Sunday mornings, well before the game, they're all out ready to field baseballs, take some extra swings. Literally every one of the infielders, even the outfielders, working on some things.
And he said he is just so proud of the way the team has grinded and worked really hard day in and day out that he didn't mind that the rain kept them indoors for a couple of days here. He said if they ended up with an extra hour or hour and a half time to kill, then so be it. He said he didn't mind them kind of being on their own, finding their own things to do instead of pushing them to work harder and harder during any delays here. Verdugo lines a base hit. As LeMahieu will hold at second base.
Tyler Anderson so good as far as pitching inside. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 7 strikeouts, 4 on his changeup, 3 on his 4-seamer. I was just talking to Paul O'Neill about he thought he was so impressed what he saw from Tyler Anderson, how he was getting the cutter and the fastball in on the powerful hitters for the Yankees, whether it's Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. He got that fastball inside so effectively, and the cutter, and then set up the changeup, but inside to be able to go away to get some outs.
Mike Baumann's allowed a couple of base hits. Gleyber Torres will bat now, and Soto and Judge. So even with this score seemingly in hand for the Angels, Yankee bats still make your stomach turn around, knowing how quickly they can bash some homers and get back in this game. Torres tonight 1 for 3 with a base hit. He has struck out twice. Swings and misses here.
Baumann has been solid against the Yankees in his career. 2.92 ERA, and this is his 13th game.
Big guy, 6'4", 240. It's Torres lifts one out toward right. That's pretty deep. Adele has room though and makes the catch on the warning track. So one out as LeMahieu takes third base. These two teams won't play each other again after tonight, and consider it a job pretty well done by the Angels pitchers against the big three in the Yankee lineup.
And the common theme, at least with Judge and Stanton, is they pitched inside well against him. Against Soto, we showed it earlier, they pitched extremely well away against him. So some really good pitches against these guys all season long, and especially when you look at today so far. But a tough spot now for Baumann. They're 0 for 9 to 3 today.
And Soto is 0 for 3 today. Got a big cut there. Yesterday in the doubleheader, Soto was 1 for 8. Make that 1 for 9. So he's a total of 1 for 12 now in the series. He has been on base safely in 17 straight games. Trying to make it 18 as he lines a base hit here to score LeMahieu. It's 9-2 as Judge comes to the plate.
79th RBI this season for Soto. Gotta believe Judge is up there swinging hard at the first pitch. See if he can get a ground ball. Doesn't hit many ground balls. See if he can get a ground ball on an infielder.
Saying Anthony Volpe left the game with a left foot injury of some sort.
He fouled a ball off his foot.
Judge with a liner to right. Adele comes in to make the lunging catch.
That's an incredible play. Just a great jump on that baseball. Hit well by Judge. Boy, had a good read coming in, that closing speed, and catches that around just below the knee. Great play by Adele.
So 2 outs. Stanton the batter, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in the game. Strike from Baumann. The Angels trying to win back-to-back series against the Mets and the Yankees, the two New York teams. Stanton lines one through a base hit. This will bring Verdugo home. The Yankees get a couple back here in the 8th. Still a big lead, 9-3 for the Angels.
Kind of backed up on him on the inner half of the plate, a knuckle curve.
Here comes Barry Enright to the mound to try to help Baumann through this inning. MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to your favorite ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Ben Joyce might get some work here tonight. If the Yankees keep rallying here, Austin Wells due up is 1 for 3.
Sure he makes that eye contact. Wells for Baumann on the mound.
foul ball off the foot of Wells. No balls, 2 strikes.
It's a hard slider at 94. First fastball was 98. He's got some good power stuff.
That's a foul ball behind home plate. Wells continues to battle here. No balls, 2 strikes.
A hard slider. That was a 93.
Another good cut. So Wells continues to stay in there. No balls, 2 strikes. Wells has been impressing Aaron Boone. The Yankees manager said he will likely remain the #1 catcher even after Jose Trevino comes back from his quad injury. And he hits this one in the air to the right field corner. Adele's backing up over toward the wall, makes the catch right in front of the fence. Mike Baumann gives up a couple, but the Angels still have a sturdy lead.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network. Morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang.
Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
You got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Probably even more so here as a pitcher. As a foul ball, hit that ground. So you want to, as much time as you can, you want to keep that baseball in play. So he gets the baseball from home plate umpire Walcott. And I'm thinking, wow, is he going to throw that baseball back out there to the mound? The one that hit the ground, but he did take it and throw the new baseball out. But you know what? Still like the effort there. I would love to have that baseball with a little bit of dirt on it, maybe a little scuff on it, and use that in the game. That's a veteran move by Logan O'Hoppe. Loving it.
Well, Logan's learned a lot over the last.
Well, he's around Jerry Naron all the time. You know he would do that. There he is right there going, you know what? Next time, no, use the other baseball.
That is a good point. Well, Tommy Kahnle was the only Yankee reliever we didn't see yesterday. He's had a pretty nice season, largely in a setup role for New York, as Anthony Rendon leads off the 9th inning. Rendon getting ready for a homecoming as he goes to Washington, D.C. for the first time since being a world champion there in 2019. It was the year after when Adele left for free agency, signing with the Angels before the 2020 season. And for as rough as it's been for Rendon to try to stay on the field as a member of the Angels, really had quite a time with the Washington Nationals. only winning that World Series, but putting up some incredible numbers during those years there.
He was so big in that run there to the World Series, including a big home run off of Clayton Kershaw at Dodger Stadium. It led to a comeback and a great series against the Astros.
Chops this one that Chisholm throws his glove at, picks it out, and gets the out at first. Angels live postgame presented by OC Navigator is next. Rendon had 8 RBIs in the 2019 World Series. He drove in 15 runs throughout that postseason in 17 games. So he was a very big piece of the Nationals puzzle. He had over 400 in the division series and then again in the championship series. He had a 276 in the World Series.
Fans, the ones that are remaining here, running up under cover again. Down pretty hard now.
Rain really smattering off the top of the dugout. Joe Adell's driven in 3 runs tonight. Angels have had 15 RBIs from players 25 or younger in this series. Have to go back to 2008 for the last time the Angels did that. For it to happen here in New York against the Yankees, well, it's barely ever happened. You have to go back to 1969, the inaugural year of the Kansas City Royals, for the last time a team had 15+ RBIs from players 25 or younger in a 3-game series here in New York against the Yankees.
How impressive the youngsters have been in this ballpark, in this environment. Love what I'm seeing.
It's been a youth movement for this ball club this year, and we'll see what lies ahead in the offseason and how the Angels can build off of this. But seems like there are plenty of pieces in place to be able to build around now and start to see if you can put together a roster that can be bound for the postseason.
You can't say it enough how impressive these youngsters have been in this ballpark here against a playoff contender, the New York Yankees.
And playing most of it through the raindrops. As the rain falling once again, starting to pool up on the infield a little bit, which we haven't seen tonight. You see the ball slipping out of the hand of Canely there.
That's what you always worry about too when it comes to the rain like this. The changeup he threw, it slipped out of his hand.
Now Canely slips on the mound as he fired that pitch. So conditions certainly getting less and less playable as the rain falls harder here in the 9th inning.
Grounds crew have done a tremendous job here for these 3 games in the last 2 days.
One ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Drury. The Angels still need 3 more outs to make it a winning series here in New York. They lost their 2 previous series against the A's and the Rockies before they played the Mets and the Yankees. They lost to those 2 teams and now on the verge of beating the Mets and Yankees back to back. Still some unpredictability with this young team, but a lot of signs pointing in the right direction.
Some solid bullpen work. It's been part of the reason too, and great starting pitching tonight by Tyler Anderson.
Ball 3 to Drury. Canely doing everything he can just to stay upright.
There's a lot of water on that infield by second base bag now, it looks like.
Yeah, right at the edge of the grass on the shortstop side and the second baseman side at second base, starting to see some puddling. See a delay at this stage in the game, but it's certainly possible as the rain falls harder. And Rain was supposed to get a little bit heavier as the night wore on. Drury with a pop-up. It's Soto who lost it for a moment, but still ends up making the catch. It is a wet night here at Yankee Stadium, with the Angels 3 outs away from a series win.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview two of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
In a wet field to play on throughout the day, although, as we have said time and time again, the Yankees ground crew has done a tremendous job keeping the field playable. But now, as we get into the bottom of the 9th inning, well, at some point in a day like this, the field just becomes really slick, and the infield now looks drenched.
That is unreal.
Gotta say, Ben Joyce, in a spot like this where it's 9-3 and it's pouring rain, you hope he can feel the grip of the baseball, because with the way that he throws, you don't want to endanger an opposing batter or even Joyce himself on a wet night here.
Yeah, and you're always concerned about, because he's a guy to use that back leg and drives. When he lands, you want to make sure he'll be able to land softly on that front foot. And you want to keep Ben Joyce as healthy as possible here. I believe there can't be a whole lot of hitters really comfortable going in that batter's box right now.
It's
they don't normally do anyhow.
All right. But you just hope that the ball doesn't slip out of his hands at 100 miles an hour and endanger one of these hitters as well. As Ben Joyce pitches in a 9-3 game, and if it was a 1-run game, that's, you have to use your closer. Joyce has not pitched since Saturday, so the Angels want to get him some work.
And going back to Hyundai Key for the game tonight. Let's get loud. Well, the offense got loud all night long. Started with a leadoff home run by Shawneewell. A 3-run double by Joe Adell with the bases loaded. Kevin Pillar. Zach Neto up and down the lineup. A lot of noise made. So let's get loud. Definitely the case here tonight for the Halos.
So Oswaldo Cabrera bats for the first time. Mentioned Volpe left the game with a foot problem. Of course, a non-save situation with the Angels up by 6. As Joyce deals ball 1. 22 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings for Joyce. If he gets through this inning without giving up a run, he'll have the second longest scoreless streak by an Angels rookie in franchise history. 2 balls and no strikes on Cabrera. The rain letting up a little bit. Still a very slick infield now. Pooling of water all around the second base area, especially. Some around first base as well. The outfield warning track is soaked completely. There's a fly ball out toward left. Hit pretty well. Pillar's going to go back, and that ball is gone as Cabrera ends the long scoreless streak for Joyce with an opposite field home run. It's 9-4.
It's a pretty good power going the other way. He's providing that power And he gets that up and out over the plate at 102. Put himself in a count where he could center in on the part of the zone and gets that one out to left field.
Cabrera had a homer yesterday in game 1 of the doubleheader as well. So the Yankees get a little closer, and here's Chisholm. Well, this could be an adventurous inning just with how slick the field is now. You don't take any of the outs for granted at this point. Even a routine ground ball is a difficult play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm has homered tonight, his first in a Yankee uniform here in the Bronx.
Well, that was a nasty splinker there. Almost looked exactly like a splitter forkball. .103.
Still has the big gas even with the wet baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chisholm. Well, he no longer has thrown the fastest pitch this year. Aroldis Chapman beat that yesterday. Chapman put one in at 105.1. The Pirates played the Padres last night. San Diego beat them again today, 7-6 in Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 102 upstairs to strike out Chisholm.
That's going to be the important pitch with that 4-seam fastball. With that splinker downstairs, 4-seamer is much more effective when it's upstairs. You see what happened the 4-seamer against Cabrera because it was down, even though it was 102. They can make a little bit more contact than would be upstairs on that one.
1 out. Here's LeMahieu as he bounces one to the right side. Shonowell able to backhand it, got it out of his glove, and 2 Joyce for the 2nd out.
He did a real nice job. He made sure that Joyce was over there and comfortable to be able to get to the bag because you can even slip going towards the bag. But a good feed by Shonowell.
These players just have to be extra careful with their steps, especially on a slick infield, and Shonowell did a good job. So 2 outs. Verdugo the batter with a single and a run scored. It's 9-4 in the 9th inning. The Angels try to take 2 out of 3 here at Yankee Stadium.
Wow, that was a good pitch. That ride on that one. 103.
Wow. 103 from Ben Joyce. Tyler Anderson in line for the win. Nestor Cortes will get the loss. The Angels get a series win here for the first time in 7 years. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Verdugo.
That's some life on that one. 103.
They don't tell you the 1/10 of a mile per hour like they have at Angel Stadium on the video board. The last pitch was 103.1. That one just missed.
Good pitch there too. That was 103.4.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Verdugo. Still a chance here that Soto and Judge and Stanton could factor into this one. If the Yankees get more base runners, Ben Joyce will try to keep them out of it. The Angels can worry about those guys in 2025. Ball 4 to Verdugo. Now if Torres reaches, we'll see Soto again. Judge lurking behind him, and here comes Ron Washington.
This is that conversation to say this, go out there in attack mode, just one more batter. Well, the thing is, you don't want to go out of your rhythm. He's been so smooth on his delivery. Sometimes with conditions like this, you go out of your normal, comfortable element, and things get a little bit haywire for you. Just get back into those good mechanics where you're consistent, hitting your spots. Do all the little things to be dominant again here.
There's Hans Kraus in the Angels bullpen. One thing too is the Angels don't want Joyce to rack up too many pitches. Right now there is a scheduled game tomorrow in DC, even though the forecast there does not look promising. The weekend weather does look good Saturday and Sunday, so it'd be easy to make that game up if it does get rained out tomorrow. Swing and a miss by Torres. Another big fastball, 103 miles an hour. Torres has a base hit tonight. He's 1 for 4.
Ooh, that's a bullet to that one. Watch this. Come on. Trust that fastball.
Yeah, especially on this night where the rain's falling, the bats are slick. It's a big lead. It's the fastball to end it. Strike 3 called to Torres.
Washington says this brings some gas.
Say goodnight to the Yankees as the Angels win a series here in the Bronx for the first time in 7 years. They take 2 out of 3. And these last 2 games were both lopsided. The Angels win tonight 9-4.
Impressive offensive output by the Halos and the youngsters today. Joe Adell driving in 3, couple more hits, over 200 now. Zach Neto with 3 more hits. Shonawell with 3 more hits and a leadoff home run. First time ever, by the way, in New York for Ben Joyce. So he finishes it off with a punch out.
Washmaster just said, let's not be cute here.
Yes.
Bring the heater. Give him the heater.
Yes.
Now the Angels win at 9-4. They take 2 out of 3 in this series, and a big offensive eruption from the young players in this series.
Yeah, I just love what they did. Zach Neto, 9 RBIs in the series. Shonawell doing his thing too. Joe Adell, Mickey Moniak.
Shonawell had 3 hits tonight, including a leadoff homer, but it was the 6-run 5th inning that busted it open. Stefanik led off with a base hit, and the rally was on from there.
Just loving that swing. Those crooked numbers in an inning, especially when you're facing a team like the Yankees, so needed to be able to win the game. Impressive, really impressive effort here by the Halos, winning this series against the Yankees after winning this series against the Mets.
Well, that is a New York sweep for the Angels. Joe Adell had a big hit there, a 3-run double. Good performance from Adell tonight. Mickey Moniak had an RBI single in that inning as well. Zach Neto had 3 hits. Shonawell had 3 hits. Adell 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Moniak had 2 hits as well. And the Angels with a 9-4 win. Joe Adell right in the middle of that big 5th inning, standing by with Erica Weston.
JoJo, your 3-run bases clearing double in the 5th inning really broke this one open. What were you thinking going up to the plate in that moment?
Well, in that situation, 3 really good at bats before I stepped up, and just trying to use the big part of the field. You know, as Wash always says, keep it in the big part. So went up and got a pitch to handle, and drove it the other way, and had a battle through that at bat, but aggressive base running, and the guy set it up before me though, so good stuff.
Your average over the last month has steadily been climbing. I'm sure that's not something you're completely watching closely, but the results have been there. What have you been noticing over the last month or so?
Well, I definitely had to simplify at the plate, kind of cut down on the swing, and the leg kick kind of shimmering down for me has been a big adjustment. It's helped me be more direct, put more balls in play, and that's what I can bring to the team. I can put the balls in play. It doesn't always have to be the long ball, and so tonight definitely showed that.
You guys haven't won a series here at Yankee Stadium, the Angels, in 7 years. You guys do it, a lot of the young guys contributing. How encouraging is that, considering it's all the young guys, 25 and under, contributing to get you guys the series win against a very good team?
It was awesome, and our pitcher stayed in it the whole way through. I think that's the big thing, and we battled these at bats. These are tough arms, and we came out and battled, and it kind of that pass the baton mentality, so it was huge.
Last one for you, that catch by Mickey Moniak. You were right up in there. What'd you see?
Well, it's funny because I came and got him after. We didn't see each other, and then once I got to the wall, all I could see was his belt, and I was like, this guy's over the wall right now, and so it's pretty remarkable. But just a hat tip to him. What a great outfielder, and I'm glad to share the field with him.
Great job. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Erica.
All right, guys.
Joe Adell.
By the way, he's an incredible interview, isn't he? He's amazing.
Very good. Yeah, he's getting a lot of practice with some big moments. Zach Neto certainly had his yesterday. 6 RBIs from Neto yesterday in the doubleheader. Game 2, 9 in the series. Shonawell leadoff homer tonight. And the big grab from Moniak. to help the Angels win a series at Yankee Stadium. They beat New York tonight 9-4. We'll be back in a moment.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
For the first time since its original airing in 2008, join Bob Costas for the only extended interview two of the game's legends, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, ever did together. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Angels take the series in the Bronx. They win tonight at Yankee Stadium 9-4. Angels hope to play tomorrow, the first of a three-game series against the Washington Nationals in our nation's capital. Angels Live, presented by Nissan, will start at 3 o'clock. Stay tuned. Angels Live postgame is next, presented by the OC Healthcare Agency with Erica Weston and Mark Gubazzo. For Gubi and Erica and our entire crew, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying good night from New York. The Angels took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.
Look what I've just made.
Los Angeles Angels select Michael Trout. Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Anthony Adley Rutschman. Jackson Howard. Alex Christian. Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
I will too, eventually. But
But maybe teach me how to swim before you teach me the swim move. That's a football thing. Let's talk about the 5 layers of protection. Fences and barriers. Close, careful supervision. Water competency. Life jackets. On boats. Around big bodies of water. Learn CPR and keep a phone nearby. Ready to call 911. Learn more at ndpa.org.
What a series victory here in the Bronx for the Halos on this rainy Thursday evening. Ben Joyce closing things out as we welcome you into this Angels post-game live presented by OC Navigator. A big one for the Angels offense, putting in the work early. 9-4. Your final score as we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here inside Yankee Stadium. Mark Gubas, Erica Weston with you. That's the first time I saw that out. I was down underneath. I couldn't see a thing.
And that was another smile from Logan O'Hoppe. It wasn't quite 104.7, but it was 103 plus on that punch out to finish off the game for Ben Joyce.
Listen, I don't care what the radar gun said. He closed it out, picked up a series victory for the first time in 7 years here at Yankee Stadium. The pitching was great. Yes, we'll get there in a moment, but the offense, Gooby, started off on a high note thanks to Nolan Shaunawell and kept pounding.
Yeah, when you beat the Yankees, you have to swing the bats, and they did that from the get-go. Nolan Shaunawell hit his 12th home run of the season, first leadoff and first home run at Yankee Stadium for Nolan Shaunawell. So it's good to be able to get that started right there. A good at bat for him. He put himself into a hitter's count, brought his hands in, and lines that one out to right field. 12 home runs, 12 doubles so far this season for Shaunawell. Oh, yeah, it ended up with 3 hits in the game also, but, you know, when you go back to where they turned this thing on and what they did in that big inning, that's the thing. Get it started there with that RBI, yet another RBI in his second at bat. So some good things from Shaunawell before that big inning for the Angels.
And a lot of confidence from the young guys. Listen, that can be an intimidating spot. A leadoff home run for Nolan Shaunawell, who everybody said, oh, where's the power? It's definitely here off of nasty Nestor. The Angels certainly got to him, and they knocked him out in that 5th inning. A big inning, Gooby, and a lot of it you have to give credit to Kevin Pillar with those two outs.
I mean, with 2 strikes on him, too. That was a sinker that was off the plate by Cortes, and he just, instead of trying to drive that ball, he shortened up a swing and just punched it in the right center field. That's one of those hits as a young hitter. And I saw your interview with Joe Adell. What he said there, same thing. I'm just trying to use the big part of the field. Stefanik, really, he's had a really good series himself. By the way, is he going to hit every at bat?
Again,
I mean,
another RBI again.
He loves New York every time he's up at the plate.
Yeah.
He's coming through. That's a double there for Neto. But this is a good pitch. It's about a foot off the plate. You see his reaction. He just punched up. He shortened up the swing, made contact, drives into, and then Joe Adell with 3 on. He's shortened up. He's going big part of the field. Soto tried to make a great play on, unable to do so. Drives in 3 on that double for Joe Adell. Over 50 RBIs himself. His batting average over 200 now. And I love what I'm seeing right now. Mickey Moniak doing his thing, too. A couple hits for him and an outstanding play out in the right center field. So the kids, yeah, they're all right.
They are definitely okay. That was so great to see. And I know Wash has talked about this last night after the second game of the doubleheader. Even if you have a big lead, and it ended up being the case, it wasn't super close at the end, but no lead is safe here at Yankee Stadium when you got a lineup like that across the dugout.
Yeah, you just want to keep adding on. You're never going to be comfortable here. You keep going, you keep pushing the envelope. That's why you saw some good swings. Even after that big inning, they still tacked on some more runs there with some good quality swings.
Well, it was a close game at the beginning of the game. It was tied at 1-1. Then it was 2-1 Angels, and the Halos never looked back. But you have to give credit to Tyler Anderson, the crafty lefty on the mound, and he did a very nice job tonight against the Yankees lineup.
I mean, you talk about the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the lineup for the Yankees against Tyler Anderson. 0-for-9 against them. And he did a great job of showing enough changeups, but he got his fastball inside pretty consistently. His cutter, the same thing. He had the hitters baffled throughout the whole game. They're sitting changeup, getting the express. That's 92 upstairs against Volpe. Then he dropped that changeup in there. Once they started looking fastball, he could throw that changeup so effectively. With 4 more strikeouts with his changeup, 57 on the season for Tyler Anderson. Now he's got his ERA under 3 at 2.99.
One of the best pitchers in the American League, especially especially with that ERA, Gooby. But yeah, the Angels, they have kept the big three this season in check. Both Juan Soto and Stanton had RBIs tonight, but kept him in the ballpark.
Oh, when you look at Soto and Judge came in with an OPS plus 220. Soto at 184. When you have that batting average of 250 or below with all three of those hitters, you got a chance of winning the series. That's exactly what happened. They played well against them all season long. They're the most dangerous three guys in a lineup where they can do so much damage with the power, but quality pitches, especially inside, was very, very effective.
And this was a tough series, or not tough series, an important series for the Yankees, who are jockeying for that playoff positioning in the American League East. They're in part of their quote-unquote soft part of their schedule right now, and the Angels come in with the confidence of this young group, and they back it up. You've got, you know, tough pitching. It's not been going well for them, and you've got that part of the lineup not clicking that spelled the recipe for a series win for the Angels.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, they needed to win. I mean, they're tied with Baltimore. Baltimore ended up losing today themselves, so they remain tied. But you go back to June 3rd for the Angels, now 30 and 26. That's impressive to run they're in right now with all these young players getting that much more experience, especially playing in New York in this ballpark and being successful. That's going to allow you to get better and better as you go down the road.
The bright lights certainly didn't faze them. The same could be said, Gooby, for Mickey Moniak, who all season long has been finding consistency at the plate, but he's also been making some spectacular plays out in the outfield.
It's funny, I went by the broadcast booth next door, and Paul O'Neill goes, hey, this Moniak kid is really, really good. And Paul O'Neill was a great outfielder himself. Michael Kay said the same thing. I said, he has covered a lot of ground. We highlighted him on the defense today. 4 defensive run saves. We'll make that 5 defensive run saves on that play right there. He did that so often last year. He's done it again. And Tyler Anderson loving that play by Mickey Moniak. Good deal with Joe Adell and a wall. No, that's no more fun.
Might be a losing battle.
Yes.
But you know, the TA loved seeing that, saving his bacon there, keeping that one inside the ballpark. Stay with us. More reaction on the other side of this break. We're wrapping things up in the Bronx. A series soggy win here from New York. Anthony Rendon next up. It's a homecoming to our nation's capital. 9-4 your final from Yankee Stadium. More coming up next. Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org.
This game we
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network. Adrian Beltre.
And there it is, number 3,000.
Todd Helton. Joe Mauer.
Oh, what a play by Mauer.
And Jim Leland.
He's the best! He's the best!
Each had their own journey, but now their paths converge at the entrance to baseball immortality in Cooperstown, New York. The 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Sunday, July 21st on MLB Network.
Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org.
That was pretty cool right there.
Look at that.
And then for Shaunawell.
The drama on that.
I'm never usually a big fan of that head first slide, but I think that allowed him to be safe on that one, give him his third hit of the night.
I loved how you said, you know, that's always a risky play to do that, but timing-wise, it worked out.
Yeah, and it worked out because then you worry about the pitcher stepping on you, too, on the bag, too. Not that I would do that.
No. You would never do something like that.
No, never.
No, never. All right, well, we are... I saw that, Gooby. I saw that. Yeah. Anyways, it was a soggy couple of days here in the Bronx, but the Angels pick up that series victory as we head inside the Angels clubhouse to hear from the skipper, Ron Washington, on the win.
Played extremely well. We did what we had to do, and it was up and down the whole lineup. The pitching was outstanding. Can't say enough what TA did. Kept them off balance. You know, kept them off the barrel of their bat. And we put some runs on the board. And like as I said, it was up and down the lineup. So everyone contributed. And that's the reason we got out of here with a series win.
This can be a tough place for young players, but a lot of your young players came free today. What's it like to kind of see them be able to do that?
Well, I don't think they knew where they was. They just went out and played the way they've been doing all year, just play. I wish the weather would have been nicer so they could have really found out what the, you know, Yankee Stadium is like. But the conditions we couldn't do anything about, but I'm so proud of the way they handled themselves, and they played good baseball.
That six-run inning, all the runs scored with 2 outs, just a bunch of 2-out hits and walks, and what was that?
Well, that's what you have to do against a team like this. You have to make them work, and you have to do some things to put some pressure on them. And we got some big hits. And when you get big hits, and when you're playing a team like this here, usually you can come away with a victory, and we did. And I'm just so proud of them, the way they came here and the way they held together through all the weather and everything like that. And they didn't get distracted, and they stayed focused.
Before the 6th inning, Anderson struck out Judge twice. What did you think of the way he pitched and just the way he pitched to Judge?
Well, he's a smart kid, you know. He doesn't throw with velocity, but he reads bats well. And he was able to get into an area where Judge couldn't get to it. And I'm so glad that we're through with the Yankees because we played them at home and we played them here. And, you know, we was able to contain Judge as far as doing a ton of damage. And I'm just so proud of the way my pitching staff handled that.
What about being able to get 2 series wins like that in New York against, you know, Mets were playing well, Yankees obviously playing well?
Well, you know, it's not always the best team that wins, it's the team that played the best. And we played pretty good baseball against the Mets, and we came in here and played pretty good baseball against the Yankees. Now we just got to continue until there's no more baseball.
I love that. And that's back-to-back wins, series wins against both New York teams. Love that.
And yeah, I love what he said. He just continue to play baseball until the season is over, basically. And you know what? Go back to 30-26 since June 3rd. There's a lot to like of it. You remember watching early in the season and said, you know what? There's going to be ups and downs with these players. But talk to me in August, September, and I'll tell you what kind of team we have.
He was a man of his word, and he knew what kind of character and work ethic he had in that group, from the young kids to the veterans. Scooby, it'll be very cool this weekend to see the return of Tony Two Bags going back home to where it all began, winning a World Series back in 2019. Anthony Rendon visiting the Nationals for the very first time since he left in free agency.
Talking to a few people with the Nationals just a couple days ago, they were really excited themselves to see Tony there. When you think about what he meant to that club to win the World Series in 2019, that great at bat he had, Clayton Kershaw with a home run, led that comeback in there. He had an incredible series going back home against the Houston Astros to put up some outstanding numbers. He was 40-plus doubles every single season for the Nationals. And he's going to get a serious hero's welcome when he comes back. Maybe after the first at-bat it changes, but at that first at-bat, it's going to be pretty special for Anthony Rendon.
I don't know. I don't think the fans have it in D.C. to kind of boo the guy that gave him their first World Series victory. Very cool to see. Glad he's healthy, and he'll be back in the lineup for the Angels over the course of the weekend. Let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
Final thoughts.
I mean, I just can't believe come in here to New York and play this well. The youngsters go out there and perform with 15-plus RBIs or 25 and under. The only other team to do that in Yankee Stadium, the 69 Kansas City Royals. That's impressive.
It's been a while, is what you're trying to say. Yeah, the kids are all right. So is Tyler Anderson. That's a big series victory over the Yankees. Thanks for joining us. For Mark Gubza, I'm Erica Weston. We'll see you tomorrow evening from our nation's capital, and hopefully no rain in sight. See you then.